Alright, welcome everybody. Let's get back here. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Ryan with Adventure Co. Bringing you another live event here from the Havens for our weekly Armory. The players are just getting started now. I'm gonna close the store real quick. Try and keep a little bit of the outside noise down. By the way, let me know how the audio is or if the mic is too loud or too low. But yeah, welcome to our weekly Armory. Hosted here at the Haven Games. Remember to go to the Haven Games thehavengames.com and use the code ACG to get 10% off all your Fab singles. But really excited. I believe we have either 10 or 12 players. We definitely have an even number. I think we have 12 players. So we're going to have a top 4. And while the players are getting ready, I figured I'd go ahead and do my own tradition here on the streams. To go ahead and open up one of these 6-packs that's already kind of ripped open, and at least open a quick pack before they get started. How's everyone doing? We got 2 viewers so far. I believe one of them is AJ. AJ is at the beach right now getting ready for a 5K. We all wish him luck tomorrow for his run, and hope he enjoys a nice weekend off while I take care of everything here. Looks like we got Arcane Rising. Here, I'll open it. Oh, there we go. Arcane Rising, Monarch First, a Bolton promo. That's the buy a box promo. That's cool. Crucible Unlimited, Monarch Unlimited, Monarch Unlimited, and Monarch Unlimited. All right, so we got a lot of Monarch Unlimited, but at least we got a Monarch First. So hopefully that one gives us something nice. I guess I'll open the odd man out first, which is Arcane at this point. Arcane and Crucible are the most odd man out. I'll probably save the Monarch first for last. Let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, we got a Lesson in Lava and a foil Achilles Accelerator, so that's not bad, actually. Just for a random pack anyway. Still got 5 more to go over the course of today, but without further ado, let's actually get to the live play. Here we go. We've got Nick on the left, or right here, if I can get my names right, versus Matt for the first round. So definitely 2 of our long-term players, 2 of some of our most experienced players too. They've been in the game for quite a while now. So we should be getting an interesting matchup. It's Katsu versus... Ooh, Matt's on Briar this week. That's interesting. Matt has been playing a lot of Fi lately, so I was actually expecting the Ninja versus Ninja matchup. But you know, this will be an interesting matchup to see how Katsu does against Briar. I will say that Nick has been testing the new Katsu, as he likes to call it, and you know, we like to call it here too. So he's going to be playing with some of the new Crouching Tiger stuff, which I'm excited to see. Kind of the reason why I picked him to be on stream first, because I think there's a lot of... There's a lot of interesting interactions or a lot of big plays you can do with the Tigers, and I just want to see how they actually like play out when in an actual deck. Nick should also still be playing the Torrent of Tempo line, ending in Break Tide, for a what's the word I'm looking for? For kind of like a hopeful future setup attack. Break Tide, if you don't already know, if you actually ended on the combo after Rushing River, it has Dominate, and if it hits, you can banish the top card of your deck, and if it's an attack action, you can use it during your next turn. So possibly trying to banish one of those Tiger cards, hopefully not one of the setup Tiger cards, because obviously you can't play them as an attack action when they're banished. But I'm really excited to see how it's going to play out. Alright, looks like they're about to get started. I don't know who rolled first, but we should be able to see who plays first in a second. I see that Nick is running the Tiger Stripe Shuko for his Tiger build, which honestly is probably the most value you can get for it, because each Tiger, at least one of the Tigers you play per turn, or even just any attack that's the second one for 2 or less, just gets an extra damage throughout the game, which can add up to a lot depending on how you're building the ninja in question. I believe it looks like Nick's going first because he's kind of eyeballing or flicking a card. Nope, I'm wrong again. Matt's going to go first, starting with a Bramble Spark fused. It is interesting. Briar did not actually take first in the recent calling or recent Worlds event, which is kind of surprising because a lot of people were thinking after all these other heroes made it to Living Legends this year that Briar would be on that list considering how close she is. But it looks like Briar's going to be sticking with us for another Pro Tour season. I will say personally, while we're waiting to see what happens... Oh, an Exude Confidence to start off. Not a bad starting play if you have something that you'd rather just Arsenal. And he does have the Autumn's Touch, so even though he doesn't have Go again, he does have a way to pump it for the extra 2 on his first turn, and just Arsenal whatever he's got left. So this is a pretty good opening turn for Matt here. Oh, it's got an E-Strike in hand. That's really good. I think you just pump it anyway if you're really looking to get as many cards out of your hand before you draw up. It's not like the pump goes to waste either. You just bottom it for later. But, yeah, for this ProQuest season, I'm either looking at doing a version of Katsu myself, or probably playing Reinar, since he's been kind of like a stable hero for me to play lately. Alright, he chooses to keep the card, probably making sure he has a blue pitch and for his resources next turn. Or to pitch for the Channel Mount Heroic, of course, for the Earth pitch. But now we get to see what Nick does. I wonder if Nick chose to go second if he won the dice roll, because usually if you're trying to play the aggro, the, like, more, I want to say wide aggro deck, you probably want to go second so that you're guaranteed, like, a full hand that you maybe had a chance to filter out during the first turn. It is interesting to note that Nick is not playing any Arcane Barrier, so any arcane damage that comes through on Matt's side is always going to go through, which includes getting him some Embodiment of Earth tokens, which might be very important in this matchup. Oh, there's the Break Tide we talked about, so he is playing the Break Tide line in this build. He also plays the Double Strike, just trying to get more of those mask hits, or to trigger for that extra damage on the Tiger Stripe. I do like the idea of weaving in and out the Double Strike between the Kodachi hits, because if they finally block one like he is now, you get to use the... Ooh! And he gets to go ahead with the Ancestral Empowerment! Classic Welcome to Wraith attack reaction. Nick being able to both draw a card and activates Katsu's Search ability. But like I said, when it comes to the Double Strike, I like how you can choose to interweave it through the Kodachi swings, because if they block the first hit of Double Strike, you can instantly swing with the second Kodachi to start the 3 hits all over again for the mask trigger. Like I said, guys, let me know if the mic's doing good. I see that it's picking up pretty well, but I want to make sure it's not too loud or too soft on your guys' end. But Nick's getting a lot of momentum right here on turn 1. He does just choose to discard one of his Rushing Rivers, which, if you don't know, if it's played after Torrent of Tempo, lets you draw cards for lets you draw X cards based on the amount of chain links you've hit on this combat chain, and then put that many cards back on top. So you basically get to change what cards on top of your deck versus what's in your hand for, like, Break Tide to banish for the next turn. But it looks like he is banishing the Fluster Fist, which means he's probably just going for damage value at this point. Fluster Fist being like one of the strongest 0-for-4s in terms of combo cards that you can search out with Katsu's ability, just for the damage. Coming in with that second Kodachi. Still 2 cards in hand in the Fluster Fist, so he... Oh, no, he's just playing out the Fluster Fist, so I guess he has 2 cards in his hand. Okay. Alright, so he just has another Ancestral Empowerment, okay. If he's not cracking the Snapdragons, I don't really agree with this position, though, because it doesn't give it go again. Oh, he is deciding. He is deciding. Did he draw something worth going into? This would be the first turn of the game, by the way. That's kind of crazy to break your Snapdragon so early on instead of waiting for one of your combo turns, because that could be really useful on a turn where you have Salt the Wound with the... multiple Crouching Tiger hits. I don't know if Nick's actually playing Salt the Wound. I can't remember if it was in his recent list, but that's one of the things I would definitely save it for. Oh, especially if you have multiple breaking swipes on that turn too. The Salt the Wounds would be absolutely nasty with how many Tigers are inevitably going to hit on that kind of turn. And that's one of the reasons why I want to play Tiger Katsu. It's like a more flexible, like... I want to say it has as much power it can possibly back up as Lord of Wind, so long as you get one of the setup cards. But, like, it's also more flexible than Lord of Wind is in terms of giving you that damage potential. Lord of Wind being more of a late game combo line once you've actually gotten a bunch of your cards in the discard that you can shuffle back in your deck. But there's that Channel Mount Heroic I did mention, or kind of guess that Matt would have available to him since he kept that Autumn's Touch in hand. He does have the E-Strike too, and is that a Command and Conquer in his hand? No, that's Ravenous Rebel. Okay, so he's already definitely has multiple cards he can play this turn with it, which is going to add up to a lot of damage here. Now, is he going to say go again, or draw a card and then use the Snapdragons? That's the question. Oh, he's doing +2. Okay. So he just wants to get the damage off for this turn and save the channel. Okay, so he arsenaled a Lightning Surge. Yeah, Lightning Surge, that's the card. That's the one that has go again if you play it from Arsenal. So he's saving it for next turn, so he already starts off with a 4 go again, with a Channel Mount Heroic buff, and another E-Strike that he drew. Oh, and that's another channel? Oh my god. His hand is absolutely disgusting. But he doesn't have an Earth card, so he'll probably save that channel for later. Nick is opting to go ahead and play the Art of War, so does he already have some, like, Tiger Stripe shenanigans, or Tiger shenanigans? Because I would definitely love to see those come out. If he has a Predatory Assault, or Predatory Streak is what it's called. Predatory Streak will spawn 3 of the Tigers, which all... Oh no, he said go again, so... No +1 this turn, that's wild. Most of Katsu's things already have go again, so I think I saw that he had a Snatch in hand, though. So he's going to probably play the Snatch with go again first. Alright, and Nick is opting to go ahead and use the Grasp, or Matt is opting to use the Grasp to go ahead and break the combo line from the Kodachis at least. Trying to keep as many cards in his hand as he can for the inevitable Channel Mount Heroic turn he's about to have. I can already tell this game is probably going to be very short because I have, despite how much damage and draw potential that Nick is threatening, I think Matt might choose to sacrifice all of as much health as he can just to go ahead and get the Channel Mount Heroic turn to go off as smoothly as possible. Because he's got Lightning Surge, Ravenous Rabble, E-Strike, and a Bramble Spark in hand. Oh my god, he is set up for some nasty damage. If Nick can't get him to block with any of the cards in his hand. I mean, he does have at least one card, whether it's the channel. The channel could the Channel Mount Heroic could have actually blocked for 4 against the Snatch. I would have done that instead of being a bit greedy here. Because that would also break the Chain Link and stop the draw card. Ooh, and it looks like Nick might have the Break Tide combo here. He did save the Snapdragon Scaler, so even if Matt decides to block out the Torrent of Tempo, he can still give it go again, using the Snapdragons at least. Well, this is already turning out to be an exciting match. Exactly how I expected it to be between 2 aggro matchups, but again, I was kind of hoping for the Mirror Ninja to see which ninja is the quote-unquote best ninja in a matchup. Not that one game would actually determine that, but you get what I mean. Just a little hype to go off for our first game. It is kind of disappointing to see that Nick discarded the Tiger Swipe, because that's like one of the main Tiger combo cards, especially if you have Predatory Streak to start off the combo line, and then either Tiger Roar or Art of War, because 2 Tiger Swipes on that turn is absolutely disgusting. But he still has 2 more in the deck, both of which he can technically search anytime that he does want. Oh, what? Oh, he's playing the Tiger, Roar of the Tiger. Oh, and he's flexing on those Marvel Tigers. I bet Nick won't stop until he has at least 10 to make sure he can play at any given time. Alright, we got the first Crouching Tiger coming in for 1. Oh boy. Does he have Predatory Streak? No, he would have played that first. Oh, and Tiger Swipe coming in for 5 off the Tiger Stripe Shuko. It will make an additional Tiger, which is good on the Roar of the Tiger Roar turn. But yeah, if he had kept the other Tiger Swipe in hand, he could have kind of like multiplied it even more. Oh, that's disappointing that he didn't keep it now. Oof, I would have liked to have seen that just keep piling on. And searching for another tiger. So he could have actually had all 3 tiger swipes this turn with Roar of the Tiger. Because he could have, instead of discarding that card to search, maybe discarded a different card? Oh, that's so crazy. This is the kind of potential that I keep thinking about when I think about playing Tiger Katsu, because it's just like, it may only be, each tiger may only be hitting for 1 damage individually, but if you can gather up, like, I don't know, like multiple tiger swipes to keep multiplying them, that can add up to a ton of damage. And Nick still hasn't drawn for the mask right now, so if he lets this hit, mask trigger. Oh, there it is. Oh, I feel like this might have been a good time to use Crown if I was in Matt's position. Hard to tell. But like I said, I think... No, he could have given up just the Bramble Spark. He could have given up the Bramble Spark to stop at least the mask trigger. But maybe he already thinks that something big is coming that he'd rather block out later. Oh, there's the Rushing River. Okay, so Nick's going to Rushing River into the Snapdragons to go ahead and break Tide. And then Arsenal's last card. That would be my guess anyway. Yeah, because Nick doesn't have enough for a Tunic counter right now, and I don't think he has any floating, so he's not coming down with a Razor Reflex yet. Yeah, this is already turning out to be a pretty exciting first match. I do hope that, or I am wondering how, what's it called? Matt's going to respond to try and balance out having a really awesome channel turn or not letting Nick run away with the game right now with all this damage. So this might be what might have been waiting for. He can block with the, Bramble Spark? Yeah, Bramble Spark and the Crown to stop it, and nope, he lets it go through. Okay. I was gonna say, it's like, yes, this is the end of the turn, but letting Nick have an extra card for next turn could potentially, like, spill over damage that Matt isn't prepared to handle, even with this Channel Mount Heroic turn. He could have given up 1 card to block. I know he wouldn't have an Arsenal, but... Alright, well, I guess he wants to... Oh my god. I forget Channel Mount Heroic is a friggin' Earth card to go ahead and fuse for the Bramble Spark, too, so he's just adding on even more damage. This is... Oh, this is disgusting. So, the Arcane's definitely going to hit. So this is going to be 7 and the 1 Arcane that hits, because Nick has... Oh, no. Oh my gosh, 10 and the 1 Arcane. Yeah, this is going to be a nasty turn. So, Ravenous Rabble will probably come in for 7, and then E-Strike will probably come in for 10 after that. Oh my god, that's wild. Maybe it was worth it for Matt to just take all his hits, because that Tiger turn did not end up being too threatening to Matt, it looks like. So this is what I like about Katsu, though, is I feel like Nick could just take this turn off, unless he feels like he can tank whatever that Matt has. Like, he can choose to take the first hit, because there's no way he's going to be able to block everything if Matt does have a full hand of attacks. Oh, he's choosing... Oh, he's just choosing to go straight into the E-Strike. Why? Did he choose... I guess he chose Go again? I would have chosen, Oh, he's going to swing with Rosetta Thorn. Oh! Okay, I guess he's going to save the channel in hand for later and just opt to go for the Sword Swing instead of the Ravenous Rabble. That might not be too bad. Still coming in for 4. Could come in for 7. I guess this is better so that he can save the additional channel for the future, but Nick is choosing not to block anything, so he still has a full grip. And at 11 life, Matt won't be able to ignore all of this damage that's coming in. Wow, I wonder what Matt's gonna do about whatever Nick has. I guess Nick knows that he has something that he can threaten lethal with. Oh, there's the Art of War, so that pretty much speaks for itself. But he should know that he has something that's threatening lethal then, if he's going to go ahead and do this now. Oh, was that a Predatory Streak and a Roar of the Tiger? Because if that is what I just saw, that's going to be a wild turn coming up with the Art of War and hopefully threatening Nick or Matt for lethal to get some cards out of his hand before he does another channel turn. Wow. Okay, so that was a really lucky draw off the Art of War. I wonder what he's going to do, because I don't know what his arsenal is, And I don't know what other cards he has in hand in total. But I definitely saw the Roar. Yes, that was a Predatory Streak. I knew it. Oh, this is going to be a nasty turn, especially if he gets the chance to search for a Tiger Swipe now. Oh, that's going to be so nasty. I'm so glad we get to see this. 3 Tigers and... Oh, what is that? 3 Tigers, 1 in hand, and then also the Rushing River that he banished last turn. He'll probably play the Rushing River first, just because it'll have the Go Again off the Art of War. And then each of the Tigers will come in, then hopefully hits with one of them, get a break or Tiger Swipe. Oh my god, this is going to be such a nasty turn. And I am excited for every bit of it. Sorry, Matt, nothing personal. Just the hype of Katsu here. Ooh, what's it gonna be? Ooh. It actually looks like Matt has some defensive cards in hand. I definitely see the defense reaction at the very least, which is not bad for him. Is that... I think that's Candlehold too, so he actually has some good defense going into this turn with his Embodiment of Earth token. Matt could feasibly go ahead and block this turn out and just wait until a future turn to go ahead and pop off with the Channelment Heroic and Arsenal. No way! He has the actual Torrent of Tempo with Go Again. That is amazing. Torrent of Tempo into all the Tiger Swipe. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely disgusting from Nick here. Matt has to block this. There's like no getting around that. So yeah, he can do that in the Candlehold, and that'll block the 5 out to make sure it doesn't get the Mask trigger. But good lord, is he coming in for a lot of damage with Tigers this turn. Yeah, he is playing that with the Go Again on the natural combo. I think Matt should recognize that he probably has to block this out because... Wait, why is it coming in for 4? He chose the Go Again on Art of War. Oh, it has +1 because of the combo trigger, that's right. It only had 3 before because it wasn't combo, but... Yeah, if I was Matt, I would just block with the defense reaction here to get as much defense in for the turn as possible. I just don't think there's any way to get around that. He's coming in for lethal right now. You can't just not defend right now. Even Crown will be able to get the channel out and allow for him to get another card to defend with for the turn overall. Woo! Here come the Tigers! Oh, this is the part I've been waiting for. So, the Tigers are each coming in for 1, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when he gets to generate 3 of them off of 1 card and threaten mass triggers with each of them, or each third hit, this is pretty insane in terms of allowing him to do a lot of damage in 1 turn. It also looks like he's discarding one of the Tigers that he got into his hand from Roar of the Tiger to go ahead and search Breaking Swipe, or Tiger Swipe. Yep, there it is. So that's going to multiply each of these Tigers on top of that. So he's going to play the first 3, play the Tiger Swipe, create 3 more, and then if he has any, like if that face down card is another Tiger Swipe, he'll be able to create 6 off of that, each coming in for 1. There's no way he doesn't get a mask trigger, and there's no way that he doesn't like just absolutely threaten lethal with each of these 1 hits. This one's coming in for 2 off the Breaking Shuko, or Tiger Swipe Shuko. And he does Crown, but he's not going to sink? I think Matt needs to recognize that he should have sunk that card to go ahead and get an extra card to defend with in hand, because Nick is definitely coming in for lethal this turn. There's no way he doesn't with all this. So this is going to come in for 1. Then the Tiger Swipe's coming in for 4 and creating 3 more Tigers. That's going to come in for an additional 3. So that's like 7 damage. But the problem with the Tigers is each of them is spread out over 1 damage each. And he doesn't have individual cards in hand to block all of those. Honestly, this makes me want to put in Bonehead Barrier into my Rhinar list. Because I feel like on these turns, or against certain matchups, Ninja specifically, where they just keep coming in for these pithy amounts of damage, it would be absolutely, like, crucial to go ahead and... Oh, that's unfortunate. It only creates the Tigers if it hits, but I guess that's fair. So, Matt actually opting to save it for the right hit here. Yeah, Matt's not going to be able to do anything on his turn, it looks like, but given that he's still alive, that's a plus. But what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Bonehead Barrier. Bonehead Barrier might be a dice roll to reduce damage, but even if you roll a 3 and spread that over 3 different Tiger Swipe hits or Kadachi hits, that's like better value than trying to block those hits with individual cards. Or maybe we'll see a resurgence in like Sigil of Solace to recover later turns after those Tiger Swipe hits. Whichever route we go, I am interested to see if Matt can kind of recover from that kind of aggro, or if Nick can keep up the aggression to go ahead and keep threatening lethal each turn in a way that Nick can't respond, or Matt can't respond. Because the fact that Matt has arcane damage on demand for each blue pitch with the Grasp of the Arknight, and Nick has no arcane barrier, Matt could feasibly just defend out with every other card in his hand except for hopefully a blue each turn, and then go ahead and keep hitting with 1 arcane damage any chance that he gets to eventually close out this game just by, you know, death by slow... It's death by 1,000 cuts. Slow arcane rune chant cuts. But, and that's another reason why I think he should have sunk the face down Channel Mount Heroic and Arsenal for another card, because either A, he could have started the assault the previous turn if he drew a blue card, or maybe just drew another aggro card to get some aggression out of Nick's hand. Because the way things are going for Nick right now, like I said, he has the lose condition where he has 0 arcane barrier, but if Matt keeps ending up with 0 cards in hand, that's not going to matter. He's just going to keep losing cards in his hand until Nick eventually wears him down or draws a reaction that gets over his defense. Yep, starting with these Kadachi hits. Death by Kadachi, something I always feared back in the day of Welcome to Wraith, or even up to Crucible. Back when Alex used to play Turtle Katsu, even against my Reinhardt deck, I used to fear just dying to the 1-hits at the end of the game. Absolutely. It's the worst feeling in the world back in the day when you're just dying to Kadachi hits, because it's so bad to block against them individually with a single card, but eventually you have to when you're only at 1 health left. God. Oh, those were the days. And still the days, I guess, if Katsu makes a surgence, then we have to worry about Kadachis even more. Oh, I see we got 7 viewers. Let's go, let's go. Glad to see you guys could join us. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Let me know how the microphone is going, by the way. I know we keep asking, but until someone says one way or the other, I want to make sure that the quality is as good as possible. Yeah, let's go, Brandalorian! Always here to watch our streams every Saturday, or every chance that he can. We always appreciate your company, man. Alright, thank you for that, and letting me know. But, let me know if that changes, or if you guys have any suggestions. Nick coming in with the Torrent to Tempo. Matt, just, actually, assuming that's not another Ancestral Empowerment, or even assuming that it is, I think Matt would be best defending with 2/3 blocks, just to guarantee that Nick can't, like, Razor, or not Razor over, but Ancestral. But it looks like that was enough. That wasn't a reaction, so Matt could actually start threatening some lethal tempo here, just by trying to come in for the arcane damage. Wait, he's not gonna... Wait, what? He's not gonna use the Grasp? Does he have, like, a Razor or something in hand to threaten that damage? I swear to God, if he has, like, a Razor in hand and Nick doesn't defend right now, that would be absolutely hilarious and tragic for Nick. Why else would he keep the 2 resources, though? Nick has to know that something's up. Keeping the 2 resources with no go again on the sword or no arcane damage. Alright, there he goes. Alright, he's at least giving up... Ooh? No? Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know. I figured this would be good since it's kind of mostly focused on screen, but we are cutting off the equipment and decks just a bit, so we want to zoom out a little more. Okay, he's giving him at least the equipment. Oh, wait. Matt has the Sigils of Suffering. If he draws one of those this turn and just blocks out any hit, he just wins with the arcane damage. Does he have it? Nope. No luck whatsoever. Man, if Matt actually drew Actually, if Matt can just keep the Sonata Arcanix in his hand and gets it to pop off of zero pitch next turn, Matt could just win with that 1 arcane damage. I doubt he's going to be given the opportunity, though. Oh, here's the first sign right here, the double strike. Double strike with Kodachi hits is going to be way too many one hits for Matt to just ignore. Yeah, this might be looking like game over. Oh. Nick being able to search out a card too. He could search for something that just has the highest damage potential on a combo card. No, I guess he's just he's happy with what he has. Coming in for 2 now. I block with the Erase Face, obviously, from Matt's hand, since it's a perfect block. Or that one. Either way, it's the same thing. Ooh, what does Nick have? Man, the fact that they're going down to 1 health. But I guess Nick got confirmation now that Matt doesn't have the defense reaction, so he's free to do whatever he likes on this turn. That is unfortunate. Matt could have drawn the reckless swing of Rune Blades and actually won the match here with it. Oh my goodness. I think this is just to call it here, but I think with the Kodachi hits, if he has a blue pitch or a 0 cost in hand, I think Nick's gonna pull it off with this turn here. But if he doesn't, that Sonata Arcanix could just win Matt the game. Nick is hesitating, though. I feel like if he had it, he'd just play it out already. No way. He's not playing Kodachi hits. That's so weird. Matt absolutely just blocks this with the Autumn's Touch in his hand. What? Yeah, there's no Master Trigger right now. No, but Matt, why would you let that happen? It's gonna give something go again, maybe? I'm very surprised. I don't know what I don't know what Matt has in hand, or what Matt think Nick has in hand. Oh, and then Salt the Wound too. No. This is why I said he should have. Oh, wait, that's not a Autumn's Touch in hand. Oh my gosh, he couldn't do it anyway. No! Alright, well that's gonna be a good game, folks. There's the Sigil of Suffering! Oh my... 1 hand away. 1 hand away of just... All he needed to do was survive. All he needed to do was block out the Ride the Tailwind, and that would have guaranteed that he could have at least survived on 1 health there. Wow. No! Because then Nick... Oh my gosh, Nick would have just pitched the Salt the Wound to double Kodachi and then Rising Knee Thrust. I think Matt was just checkmated and 1 card away from the Sigil of Suffering. Man, that was a good first match, though. Oh, I'm glad we got to see Katsu pulling off some cool Tiger Line combos. Before we go ahead to intermission, I've got a Crucible of War Unlimited pack here I'm going to go ahead and crack. Yeah, good game to Matt. He definitely played well, but... yeah, it's really hard to determine when you're both playing aggro decks and both trying to greed for like as much damage. Yeah, I definitely love seeing the Katsu build this round, so I'm glad we got to see some of its potential Katsu lines. But it is unfortunate that when you're both playing aggro decks, it's kind of just a race down to the bottom here. Let's see what I got here. Nothing crazy here, just a foil push forward, barraging Bighorn, and high speed impact here. Always fun to open some Crucible, though. That's still pretty nostalgic for me back in the day. But, alright. I think that round took a little bit longer than I thought it would for an aggro versus aggro matchup. So I think the next round should be starting soon. Yeah, Katsu being played again is definitely something that I like to see. I was considering him before even the Tiger Line came out, playing him at the Calling at Worlds. Just because I liked how Katsu just feels like, compared to Fi, someone who could switch between aggro or being more effectively like defensive, or I guess you could say a control matchup. But I like his flexibility compared to Fi, whereas Fi is literally just the only thing that really suits him is all aggro all the time, or playing the most consistent aggro lines that you have with him. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to see Katsu making an appearance again. Alright, I'm gonna go fix the camera right now and see how the next round, or see how many minutes we got left, or how many people are still playing in this round. But I think the next one should be starting soon, so stick around and we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, welcome back everybody. We are getting started with the next round. However, it looks like Table 1 was not paying attention that they got called on the stream. Give me 1 second while I go let them know they gotta get it on stream. Hang on a second. Alright, while they are getting set up, now that they know that they're on stream, we have Nick joining me for this round, since he got the quote-unquote bye, since his opponent had to run a quick errand, but we'll be back for the next round.
It's funny, last week, I was in top 4 and I had to leave, so Jamie took the win against me in top 4.
Oh, it's the payback.
It's the payback. Jamie just had to leave and gave me a win in Swiss, so...
There you go, there you go. Here, you want to open one of my packs for me while we wait?
Love to. Unlimited Monarch.
James, what about... You're supposed to be getting ready for your round. What are you doing?
Who's on stream?
It's supposed to be Michael and his opponent. They know now. They're moving.
Oh,
yeah. Thanks, though.
Thanks, Jade.
James always making sure the stream runs smoothly.
Papa James.
Yeah, Nick had a good win last round, dude. That was exciting seeing Katsu run as smoothly as it did. And the Torrent to Temple line, I see why you add now.
Yeah, I was testing with like just the leg tap line, and then I was on Mind States, and a lot of people are playing like just a bunch of Gogan cards, like the 100 wins line, and I just don't like it because it all blocks for 2.
That part is a little harsh.
Yeah, so like your Guardian matchup's worse, and like your hands are usually just a bunch of head jabs, so it's like 5, but I think the reason you play Katsu over 5 is because you have a bunch of like options for like...
That's what I was saying, is that's the thing I like, and this is what I was mentioning at the end of the round. What I almost played at the calling was Katsu pre-Tiger, because I think Katsu was just more flexible at the time. I could choose to switch to aggro as a sideboard maybe, or just full defense against like Guardian and stuff to just Kadachi it out basically.
Yeah.
I think he's just more flexible than Fi, but has the potential to be aggro with those Tiger lines now.
Yeah, I think the Tiger line really switches up what Katsu can do, because like it just gives you this really explosive chain that isn't very deck intensive. It's like...
And it's not like specific card intensive, so it has like the potential flexibility or just like multi-line, like no specific multi-line like Fi does.
Yep.
But then also you could search out the combo cards, because Katsu's got like one of the most broken abilities in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, searching Tiger Swipe is pretty nuts. And it's only 9 cards. Like it takes 3 Tiger Swipe, 3 Predatory, and 3 Roar, and you have like this insane thing that like can really blow out a game.
And Tiger Swipe and Roar both block for 3 still too, so if you needed to, they're not like dead cards otherwise.
And even Streak on an Art of War turn is totally fine.
Absolutely, just all those one hits, you always threaten Mask so many times.
It's so good.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, we're on actual video.
Yeah.
Boys.
Say hello to the stream, Matt.
Hello.
All right, Nick, let's see what I got in this pack.
All right, Yanti yellow. Memorial Ground. Blue Minnowism actually is nice. Yellow Herald of Rebirth.
Foil.
And nothing.
Blue.
This is a playable card in Prism.
Are you like opening a pack per round?
Yeah, basically, just to try and get some entertainment. Oh, so I didn't notice this in Monarch Unlimited. They do kind of the equipment and then double rares more like regular packs, or like Welcome to Wraith did.
Oh,
yeah, and then the class cards are all in the back. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
I did not
weird.
Open much Monarch Unlimited.
Me neither. Thank God. I don't know what you think, Nick. I hate the clear circles for over the rarity instead of like the colored in circles. It's so
It's
bad.
such a small thing, but I do hate it too.
I hate it so much.
Well,
AJ said that he liked.
That's true.
AJ said that he liked it, or at least didn't mind it, but like it bugs me so much. I refuse to play any unlimited Crucible, Monarch, or Aria now.
I won't refuse to play it, but it is like not my favorite.
I refuse. I will play alternative cards to Majestics if I have to not play them. I'm that petty.
Ryan's a dedicated clear circle hater.
All right, looks
Nua Dating Online. Did you click on the Nua Dating Online?
No, I haven't, because I don't know how to get rid of it. All right. right, and we're going to the stream table here. Why is it?
Jeremiah?
Yeah, that's Michael on Dromaya here.
Is it Tom versus Matt, or who's on?
No, it's crap, I'm so bad with names. Hang on a
Want me to
second.
go out?
Matt, who was going against Michael?
Chris.
Chris, that's right.
Oh yeah,
Chris
he's the
Lobano.
Icelander boy.
Yes, our
Icelander's
dedicated
Dromaya.
Icelander
Yeah.
player.
Him and Jamie both just have the hero they play, and that's the hero they play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think it's great. It's actually
Chris did play Oldham for a little bit, if I remember correctly.
That might have been before Icelander when he was just getting used to the game,
that
though.
was, yeah, when he was first getting into the game, he played Oldham.
I was like, which ice hero do I want?
Yeah, he's always played Ice, though. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's the tie-in.
Thank you, AJ, for taking care of that while you're away. You need to show me how to do that sometime, because Lord knows I'm not privy to doing
AJ's
that.
in chat? Oh my
AJ's in chat. He's watching us from the beach.
From the beach.
Dad, did you see me win on stream? Are you
Got a
proud of
pina
me?
colada in his hand.
Yes, Dad did indeed see you win on stream.
This is an interesting thing. We can talk about it while they're setting up. So
Yeah.
AJ's in chat, so he can maybe answer us, or if we have any other judges in chat. Matt, were you the one who ruled the refraction bolters ruling?
Yeah, me and Jamie both looked at it.
Jamie.
Oh, so what was the ruling?
So
Matt and I looked at it, other Matt, and I think it's the opposite. So this is an interesting.
you think there's no layer?
I think there's a layer, but I think the layer is on the trigger, not on the resolution. Bolters always trigger. But
Yeah,
once
yeah.
they resolve and the player says,
So-
yes, I want to get go again, I don't think there's a window.
So
for labels.
the reading on the where that happens is before the attack resolves completely, you have to crack it. But it's outside of reactions phase. So like
It is
reactions-
outside of reactions.
and
yes.
everything is
It is
already
after
happened.
the damage calculation is
Yeah,
already
so it's
taken place.
right after damage calculation. You say, "I'm doing this to give it this."
Mhm.
And
Wait, you're not doing anything though. You're just resolving something that already triggered, and you could say no to it.
yeah, but no, but it's so it's triggered, but it's a may.
Yeah.
So you're having to say yes or no to that. So that goes on the. Do you say yes or no?
I don't know if that's a layer.
What was the layer? Who was trying to respond to that though?
Blizzard.
Blizzard. In
So
response
Evan wanted to know if you can blizzard after they say yes to boots.
Yeah, so they say yes to boots, and that because that is a decision
Oh,
you have
that
to make,
is. Oh, that's a
it
weird
goes
one.
on because you're saying yes, you crack and
Can you respond to that?
put that ability
Oh,
on
it's
the.
just
No,
a
no, because I
resolution.
think that's on resolution. So
Yeah.
once he says yes, I'm cracking them. There's no chance to respond. He would have to respond on the trigger, I think.
Yes, I agree.
I will wait for AJ's response here in the
Yeah,
chat
AJ
to
AJ
confirm.
will definitely know.
But
more.
I think once they say yes, I'm cracking it, you lose the opportunity. It's kind of like when you try and resolve chains of eminence. If you're going to respond to it, you have to do before the
Yeah.
name is the card
Well,
is
well,
named.
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense because that says you cannot play this card, and they've already played the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if you did that on a card that you think they might play two of, which doesn't happen, you would be able to do the second one.
Yeah. Always.
But I think. Oh yeah,
He's saying I am excited to see Drum. I wonder if he's running some of the new Ashes. I don't think he needs. Oh no, Icelander
Is
plays
Michael-
all
okay.
the 7 hits. Icelander plays all the poppers now as an aggro
Yeah,
deck.
There's a
So
good amount, yeah, usually 6.
actually, you would want to play the Ash against Dromai.
all those fighting spirits and everything.
Or
Yeah.
Icelander, not Dromai.
Okay, AJ, the question is,
The question is, does once someone says they are popping refraction bolters, can you respond with
Does that
Blizzard,
create a
or
layer?
does the popping, or is the popping a resolution of its trigger?
yeah, can you blizzard on resolution of bolters?
From what I could find and what Jamie could find, it seems that because there is a decision point, there was a layer. But it's also not explicitly stated in the release notes that we saw.
Yeah, basically, we know that technically bolters triggers every time damage calc happens, and you can respond on the trigger. But once they say, I am popping these, isn't that the resolution to which no player has priority anymore?
Yeah, I think they'd have to blizzard
I think they
on
have
the
to
trigger, and then they
Yeah.
would personally
Evan said
say
he was
no.
going to do it anyways, but we did want to know.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Triggers-
destroys on resolution.
Yes, but is there
Okay.
a window to blizzard on resolution?
Oh yeah.
No players have priority when resolution starts. So yeah, okay,
So bolters plays her on blizzard.
yes, it does, which is kind of cool. Dory getting some wins now, baby.
Dory did win that game.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
he did.
He still did win, yeah.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, Evan was
Wait,
on
he
the...
just told me it was a close game. He didn't. I thought
It
that
was
meant he
very
lost.
It was close, but no,
it
he
was a
won.
close game, yeah. Evan was on the back foot for a little while.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right, good going, James. I'll probably have him on stream next. I love seeing Dory coming back every now and then. He'll probably go up against you though if he wins another round though, Nick. So
Dory,
get ready.
no.
Dory versus Katsu. What a classic matchup.
We were
Yeah.
testing it before, and it felt...
That's classic battles. Baby.
I would like to see it.
So I think we just saw Michael respond during Chris's turn before he passed, playing Sigil, and then making an Ash off of chest piece.
Yeah. By the way, AJ confirming in the chat that yes, once it resolves, it goes back to the turn player. So
Turn
Evan
player
wouldn't be.
after resolution, so he
Yeah.
wouldn't have had a window to respond.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I'll correct them on that, just so everybody knows.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Not that it matters now.
There's like a 30-second. Oh no, you're good. You're good.
No,
Thank
yeah.
you, AJ.
Thank
No,
you,
we
AJ.
Totally understand.
So this is a red Dunebreaker.
Always happy to have you here in spirit as well as in person.
5 go again. It could be popped. So we're just going to see a response with E-pop. So
He
no
could
cross
pop.
fight.
Actually, he could pop it. That's kind of one of the funny things that Icelander's doing better against Dromai than people expected is that they have a lot of poppers now with this new, not aggro, but like just 2-card efficiency Icelander.
Oh, yeah. Icelander on 2
Oh
cards
my-
is so good.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
Yep.
There it is.
So I don't know.
And he gains a life still. Oh, I
So
love
good.
that. I love that on the Finals Fighting Spirit is that you always just get the value from it from that.
What boots is Michael on? He's not on.
He's on Mage Masters. I
Okay.
could tell. Oh, we forgot to zoom out the camera a bit. We'll do that the next round, but I can actually tell just by that little piece
side,
right there.
yeah.
It is
Nice.
amazing how little it takes for me to see of a card for me to recognize it.
It is amazing. So I think Michael is thinking before his turn ends if he wants the chess piece to just get another Ash because I think this is his whole turn.
Yeah, he could because that's an instant. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, he does lose the go again, and no, I think he should have put in the Wait. Oh yeah, he played the potion, so yeah, he can hit for 3.
Yeah, that's really good.
Looks like he's probably just gonna Arsenal or keep the Blizzard in hand and Arsenal the other card. I did see he has a Blizzard in hand, so
Oh, sick. Yeah, that's super good against Dromai. Like,
literally dragons just lose their
Uh,
ability to go again.
just Icelander is like people think it's a bad matchup for Icelander because like all the Ashwings have AB, but one, Dromai's not on many blues, and 2, Icelander has so many cards that just turn off their turn.
Exactly.
Poppers, Hypothermia, and Blizzard are just blowouts.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't even care about the little dragons, like you're just like,
Mhm.
no, I'm going to stop you from attacking in general,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna pop the first one, and then it's
Uh-huh.
like, cool, you have AB, but I'm attacking with like Wounded Bull for
yeah,
8.
right. Physical attacks.
Wounded Bull for 8.
And on this too, if he decides to peek here, yeah. So like,
Oh yeah, he just gets to make the most out of just 2 cards in hand with one he wants to Arsenal.
maybe not. But this is interesting because it's just like, oh, I think he might keep it. Yeah, he's passing.
I guess he didn't want to give him an Ash, or he didn't think it was enough.
Yeah.
Or he wants to keep the Blizzard in hand for the Go-Gens.
Possibly you want to Arsenal something else. Yeah.
There is a lot of possibilities, and that's what I like about Icelander and Dromai. They both have such
Yeah.
technical aspects to their gameplay. You never really know. You can't fully predict what they're going to do.
There's a lot of different ways to build both of them, which is super cool. Like the Mage Master thing is like kind of what people are on more recently because it's Homa Fyendel.
That is interesting.
So we're gonna see a Kyloria here, but again, if
'cause-
he has,
Because it's like the other 2 are kind of underwhelming. It's like maybe one dragon save on the stilettos, or
that one's
getting
pretty
your
bad.
getting your fan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
bad. Maybe not in the AB matchup, but that's
Sure, it is Arcane Barrier.
Or when it comes to the phantasmals, it's like you're not playing too much that has like
Yeah.
phantasm.
If you're playing a version that does, like you're on the, we saw the Dunebreaker red with the Go again, and there's another one, Spears of Surreality. Like the boots are then pretty good, but
I think the
Mage
boots are
Masters-
worth it in that matchup.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mage Masters do provide a lot of value with Toma Fyendel.
They really do.
Yeah, you can heal 6.
you do. That's back in the day when Brute, back before when it was just Welcome to Wraithman. Brute was the only one who could really abuse Toma Fyendel with the
Yeah,
scab
right.
skins.
Just extra action
Oof.
points. Yeah.
I loved. That was a class. I loved doing that so much. Just Toma Fyendel to draw a few more while I had Blood Rush, so I could barrage and beat down first, then Blood Rush
Oh,
off
yeah.
of Blue. It was
So-
always such a good heal and damage turn.
This Kyloria is interesting because he would not draw. He would actually steal Energy Potion if this hits. I think-
Dromai in the format? I don't know.
Dromai's-
How do you think she's good?
I think she's good. Yeah, she's top dated like
Top 8 in Worlds.
Yeah.
She has.
Although
I think
there's been some discussion about the quality of that deck and that it was a luck streak, but
it
That's
is
true.
possible. But I think one I can't remember. Maybe AJ would probably remember this better, the specifics. But someone did say that they were just waiting for Dromai based on testing to just kind of like actually figure it out. Like there's a way to play it,
Yeah.
or a way you have to keep, or a way you have to play each different matchup to optimize her to make her like as effective as possible.
Dracona Optimizer, am I right?
God.
Am I
Yeet.
right?
All right, Nick. Get out of here.
I can't stream anymore.
We invited you here out of the goodness of our hearts, and you betrayed us.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I do think Droma is pretty good because there's a lot of options you have. Dragons are really threatening, and people aren't playing as many poppers anymore because people don't think she's like as
Top tier.
Yeah, as top
Or
tier.
they'll just trade it out for the aggro that they want
Theoretically,
their
at
decks
least
to
for
naturally
right now,
have.
because people are underestimating her, she's really good.
Yeah, I agree. Like that definitely helps it.
Never have to worry about that when I'm
There's
playing
no-
Reinar.
Yeah, and she's interesting here because like a lot of heroes you can evaluate their cards like, oh, 1 for 4 go again is good, but like evaluating an ally that sticks around that also has like an on-hit trigger, like Chroma giving you action points or like an on-hit trigger like draw a card is like really insane, and it's hard to evaluate how good that actually is.
Indeed, indeed.
It's also hard for your opponent to evaluate too.
And people are playing this card that he just pitched, Vincerakai, which is
Vince
really
Arkai is
solid.
just nasty.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you have Marigai or passing Mirage up, where it's like
gotta deal
they
with
have
it.
to they have to at least block the first attack it does,
Yeah,
which is not terrible, but like it's 6 damage,
right.
and then you also have whatever other dragons you have out on the field.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it's really good.
Easy to kill when you get a chance to, but like
Right.
pain in the ass until you do.
This is an interesting one. So we see another one. He has another popper. This is 3 turns in a row of poppers.
I'm not at all surprised. Like they play the
Uh,
full Findel's Fighting Spirit line in yellow and red. They play Wounded Bull in
Oh.
red at least.
I'm not on yellows. If he's on yellows,
He was definitely that was the
that
first one he
yellow?
blocked one.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So he's on 9 poppers probably.
Oh my god. Oh, and he's got. Oh, and then
This
he
is on
plays.
his turn.
He's
Nice.
playing everything on his own turn.
Yeah.
He has not done anything. Like that card in Arsenal's been there for 2 turns now.
It's got to be.
He's
Blizzard or hypothermia, right? Just
possibly
waiting for like a big turn. To
He's
blow
just
out.
waiting for a big turn to blow it off, or he's just like, "Yo, look at this! I'm gonna save this card until I actually need it, and I've got the poppers just to end your damage right there."
AJ, in response, how do you view Droma in the format? Not greatly. There is that too, where it's just like a lot of your turns you're not threatening cards out of your opponent's hand, so they
You're
can
not.
like against aggro they're just keeping 5-card hands, and that's like
Unless it's specifically Vincerakai for its damage
Mhm.
output, or like Kyloria for even more damage output based on card draw,
yeah.
you really aren't. None of the dragons do anything crazy to like disable or harm your opponent.
Yeah, and in a 5 meta where like you getting mass triggers for free because you can hit a dragon and draw a card is like
I feel like maybe the game plan against them is to only play like the super important dragons or maybe higher health dragons, and then like maybe go for like the go again card value like sweeping blow. What's the Centipais and all that other stuff,
That's why
or spears of cert.
Yeah,
There it
another
is.
pop.
I told you. I tell you.
This is
Every hand is gonna have at least one, and
This-
then Chris just gets to play Icelander on his own turn like normal.
yeah, like the health totals.
Michael's looking
are-
like, how many of these have you played?
Yeah,
through
he's like, what the
already?
heck?
Get these out of here.
Okay, pitch a blue because we do have an action point still, very strong. So Chroma still gives you the action point even when it dies, so we get to pitch a. Blue
Oh,
and play
he
Vincerakai.
baited out the
Yeah.
popper. That's why Chromai is always good.
Oh, yeah.
Is that even if they have poppers?
This is
All right, that's all 3 of
absolutely-
his reds. That's all 3 of his reds.
So that's 1 yellow, 3 reds, right? Yeah.
All 3 of his reds and 1 yellow. Oh my
man,
god,
It's just like-
Michael must be rolling his eyes out of his head right now.
this is another
That's so-
answer to that question. How do you view Droma in the format? If decks do play poppers, the deck is like very
mid.
mid.
For
'Cause they
decks
run out
that
of
don't
poppers,
though,
but
for decks
yeah.
that don't though, they get mass triggers.
Yep. Or counters on Dawnblade, so it's like.
Oh no! Oh god, that's terrible.
So we see Amulet, Waning Moon. He pitches a Hypothermia, so I assume that Arsenal card's got to be Hypothermia or Blizzard. You don't give away an Hypothermia in this matchup if you. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't give up a Hypothermia in this matchup if you don't have something else that's going to stop their turn. Hypothermia just gets rid of all go again on dragons.
That's hilarious too.
Yeah.
It's like Hypothermia is against certain matchups one of the best cards in the game right now.
Isn't it banned in Blitz, right?
No. Hypothermia is not banned in Blitz.
Are you sure?
There's another. Let me check. Maybe it is.
I
Maybe
thought
I
it
haven't been
was.
playing Icelander. No, they've banned Chilling Ice Vein.
That was the ice card they banned?
Okay, give me a give me a
Yeah.
second here.
Maybe someone can answer. I know there's some sort of ice card that was banned in
I'm
Blitz.
gonna bring up the whole list because I haven't looked at it in a
Yeah.
while because it never affects my heroes. Okay,
Yeah.
my heroes and my decks in every card game are always safe from the ban list. I play
Ooh.
fair decks.
Here's a mirror guy, so this will help if there's a popper.
I'll let Nick commentate while I look for this.
So you see, I burn them all into mirror guys. This is 1 arcane, and then I believe mirror guy's a 2 attack.
Card legality policy. I
Yeah.
do like how they name it on here. They have E-Strike on here as the mascot. They should have Ball Lightning as the mascot on that or something.
Ball lightning.
Ah.
Rip. So the burn them all is going to be really good. It's going to stick around for a while because we have gone through a lot of red cards. Hypothermia, ban, and blitz. Yeah.
Wait, where?
A-
Oh, yeah. Someone mentioned in the chat. Okay, I believe it.
Yeah, I mean the card just like I can see why in blitz too.
Banned and
It's just-
suspended. Awakening, Ball Lightning, Drone of Brutality, Duskblade, Plunderon, Pulse of Eyes, and Lost Stubby Hammers, and Blood Sheath. That's for constructed.
Yeah.
And then Blitz. Aether Wildfire.
Yeah.
Fire. Awakening, Ball Lightning, Blood Sheath, Drone, Duskblade, Heart, Mask, Snapback, Stir, and Stubby. Oh, the fallen cards are suspended. Okay.
Suspended, yes.
Hyperthermia, Aetherized Vein, Crown of Seeds, and Seeds of Agony.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, doing some checking on Icelander, which is it's like Icelander Prism meta, I think, is what Blitz is, right? Before that, I think now it's probably better.
Well, yeah, they even banned Boots initially
Right,
for
yeah.
a short time because they were like, oh my god, these wizards are running amok. But then they figured out which card it was. It was like Aether Wildfire and Aether Ice Vein are
Those
like the
cards are
two
nuts,
main
yeah.
ones that like
So
your opponent just has no recourse.
interesting. So we see the Wounded Bull pitching 3. He must have had a not good hand. So he's keeping a Wounded Bull for later, which is actually kind of great. You can just pitch stack it to the top of this 3 card, so you know later on if we go that far, which we probably will.
And he's targeting Michael instead of the Mira guy.
That is interesting. I probably would have given up the damage just to get the value of getting rid of Mirror Guy, but
Maybe he just and Michael coming
Banish,
back to banish for the burn them all.
this will be around for a few turns though, because we've gotten rid of a lot of red cards so far.
Indeed, many dragons in that graveyard.
It's a dragon wasteland down there.
I think, yeah, I'm not too wild on.
So
He's taking back the Wounded Bull, even though he left Mirror Guy. So
I mean, you could have pitched it in reverse. So I wonder if Michael's just not letting him.
no, he's letting him. He took back and used a tuna counter instead.
Oh, he didn't want to.
Yeah, he wants to keep the Wounded Bull in hand.
I see.
Yeah, but like I said, he left the Mirror Guy alive, so it's not gonna be able to pop.
That's what I mean. You'll have to wait for the second dragon. Really
To be fair,
increase
that
it.
can be strong too if they play a lot of dragons, or just break the combat chain from the little ones attacking.
It can be. It is unfortunate that Michael now has that knowledge, that there's a popper in hand for sure.
I mean, he let him take it back. That's fair.
Yeah, it
that's a
is.
fair. That's a
Yeah,
fair.
it's
tr-
a
We
fair
we are a very friendly community here at the Haven. We love inviting new players, and we love even letting armories feel like they're very casual, even though we want those sweet, sweet cold foils. Sweet,
What is
sweet
the price?
cold.
Is it still
This is the last week for the dagger and the predatory streaks.
okay?
So this is
I
the. Yeah, you still need those 2 reds.
2 red predatory streaks.
I actually do have 2 reds. I'm wondering if I actually don't mind trading them because I don't know why I've been off foils in my decks these days. All my decks I'm going non-foil on now. Like
You
I
not have court curling. No curling.
that's what I
yeah.
love about it. I just
Uh-huh.
love my flat cards. Like what the heck?
Yeah,
I love cold foils still.
yeah.
I'll put cold foils in my main deck if I have to. If I had a cold foil Ivophidia, main
Ooh,
deck.
no shot, dude. No shot.
No, you're right. I don't play with my cold foil Arknight shard if I go back to Viscera.
Oh,
I have
forgot
the
you
rainbow.
one.
I have the rainbow foil for that.
You kept your cold foil shard?
Yep,
Sick.
still in top loader.
You should
Maybe I should
swap
get
it.
it graded.
Did you see PCG's doing $12 gradings for Black Friday? Yeah.
The problem I have is I know there's a nicked corner at the top from the back from when it was opened.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture and show you later just to see what it's like or see if it's that bad. But it's definitely not getting above, and it's getting a 9 at most, not above a 9 though.
I think it's worth it still. Like, if you're never gonna play with it too, like at least it keeps like.
It
keeps
does
more
keep it
value,
sealed.
and
It does
keeps
keep it sealed.
Yeah. So we see Mirror Guy starting off the turn after playing a Uvia. Uvia in this matchup is actually really, really strong. You get a lot of ash from pitching for AB,
Exactly.
and then the Uvia just turns them into Ashwing. So Uvia in this matchup,
It's
also,
basically if Chris doesn't take care of it, it's infinite Ashwing.
It is, yeah.
Oh, and he has the
There it
hypothermia.
is.
There it is. Okay, so no wounding bull needed. We'll just hypothermia to stop the mirror guy after its first attack.
Yeah, and on his turn you can just play the Wounded Bull. I mean, that's pretty
You
fine
still
too.
can. I think you probably pop the Uvia first
Yeah,
though,
that
because
thing
Uvia's
has-
never gonna attack. You never attack with Uvia
Correct.
unless they have 0 cards in hand.
Yeah, and it has a big booty. What is it? 6 health, right?
6 health.
Yeah.
You need to throw a whole card.
But
in
yeah,
there.
I think Wounded Bull into UV is definitely worth it.
The only exception is maybe an Anathoth or a Sledge of Anvilheim if you're playing Guardian,
Yep.
but otherwise you do have to throw an entire card at it.
All right, so we see a pass. Michael doesn't have any Ash right now, so Uvia on his turn isn't going to do anything. But I think it's still worth getting rid of.
Well, it's going into Chris's turn, so he could get some right now by ABing or
He
something.
could AB, yep.
But I think Wounded Bull is going to come in and crash on the. Yep, there it goes.
There he is.
You don't leave that up. There's too much value that Uvia gets every turn it
Wait.
stays up.
I guess if that was his hand, but like he had a Scar that he just pitched. He could have
Mhm.
scarred Mirror Guy and then Wounded Bull.
No, because they're at the same health.
Oh, they are at the same health. You're right. Okay.
Scar does not have go again, my
Yeah,
friend.
Okay, I was gonna say
It
that
would
would've
be
been
perfect.
So insane. Yeah.
Scar for Scar. I even mentioned this last night while we were doing draft. Like Scar for Scar is awesome in like Dromai even to like or
Mhm.
an Icelander specifically because it's like you pop the dragons that give you the most trouble for very little cost
Yeah,
to
just
yourself.
a card.
It's just a card for a card.
Right. And I had the pitch for it too. You don't have to.
Oh, here comes the
Lake.
channel.
This is also. This is another
Nasty.
card that just is a blowout. Channel Lake, Hypothermia,
Oh, these nasty.
Blizzard. They're just all blowout cards that like you can't pay into swinging a bunch.
They do. You can be patient though. Like you can build board value with Dromai in a way that
Yeah.
where like eventually the channel will go away eventually.
It will. But if you're just passing like Icelander on many cards, like you're threatening Ice Veins, like more attacks at your face.
Icelander is setting up a bunch of items. We see
Yeah.
2 items in an aura just permanently waiting until they're going to be used.
Oh,
That
the
is
Pursuit.
danger.
That's sick.
Pursuit.
Pay 2,
Wait.
pay more for it because it costs 3.
Oh yeah.
4 actually.
Yo,
Get
it's
2
Pursuit
blues.
of Knowledge. It's your favorite card,
It is
dude.
my favorite card. Oh man, I'd like to self-proclaim that I put this card on the map.
Oh, didn't you play it in Bolton?
I played it in Kasai.
Kasai,
and
Kasai.
I won a skirmish with it, and people are like, "Oh my god, this card's insane."
Dude, in my first Bolton list. Oh my gosh. AJ, you have to show me how to take down these YouTube messages later, but
So funny.
if you could take care of this one, we appreciate it. Oh no, stop. Nobody click the link, it's a trap.
No, you won't find love.
There are no singles in your area. Getting back to it, when I built my first Bolton list, I'm like, Command and Conquer and Pursuit of Knowledge are pretty nuts, because if they block with an attack action, they get buffed on top of it, so...
Yeah.
I feel like they're still kind of nuts in Bolton, and the value you can get from them is pretty good. Especially
is.
when the sword, like if you're playing Raiden build, it's like, it swings for free and you give it go again immediately after.
Yeah.
Just pitch to take flight, charge the card, Raiden, or just go immediately into the Command and Conquer or take flight or Pursuit of Knowledge, and it gets the +1.
It's so good.
Especially with the new
Oh yeah.
the new light card is the legendary. It's a
That's
pretty cool one-off.
I like it. Yeah, Nick, our other Nick in our locals, has been playing Bolton to try the necklace, and it's cool. But it is just a one-of, which is unfortunate.
Does it have a cost on it?
Once you try to charge it, it just goes out in the arena.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, like, could you shuffle it back with, like, strategic planning or something, or no, because it doesn't have a cost?
Well, it's never gonna go away. You can't block with it.
No, but strategic planning only lets you shuffle back action cards that are under a certain cost. So that's what I'm...
It's a 0 cost, yeah.
Okay, so it has 0 at the top?
Mhm,
Because,
I
like,
just don't
you
know what
can't
that
shuffle back resources if they do get discarded, because they don't have a cost on them. They're also
yeah.
resources.
Ooh,
Which...
he is on Spears too. That's pretty sick.
Spears of Surreality is always a good card.
Oh, he's blocking with the.
Oh, he's blocking. No?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
blocking with chess piece and Spears.
Okay, he puts 5, like, he puts the defense value too. That's
Uh-huh.
what confused me. I was like, wait, is he attacking or blocking?
Yeah.
I'm
when
used
you-
to people only doing it for the blocks, so. But no, it's good. He's showing our defense values too.
Yeah, it's pretty scary though. When Icelander is able to stay on parity with health, it's really scary because like a lot of their value isn't. Their health is just a resource. Like once they're able to set up, they can just kill you.
We've always said this in the game, is that one of the coolest things is how different your health is as a resource in this game compared to other games.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, you're like, when you take damage in other games, it's because you don't even have the option to block, or
Right.
else you probably would. I guess in Magic, you can choose not to defend with creatures even when you can to, like, save them for later.
hmm
I don't play Magic. I don't know how exactly it goes, but it is Magic maybe has it more similarly, but like in Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, you don't have that kind of like choice. You basically always have to just take the hits, or your opponent's gonna attack you the way they want.
Yep, damage just happens
Mm-hmm.
usually, but in this game, it's like you always have the decision if damage is going to happen usually, which is really cool. Yeah. So we see Michael able to get some damage in, and he's also getting the mirror guy in. Wow, Chris is taking all this. You don't usually see Icelander wanting to keep a 4-card grip. And I don't think Michael expected it either, so he's like, what do I do now? I think he's swinging for... Okay. Swinging with the Ashwing. Might as well. Get some extra damage in. He's playing through CLF by pitching the last card in hand. It is pretty insane what Icelander can do with CLF. Being able to play on your opponent's turn, pitch 1 ice on your turn, and then their next turn they're still under it. So you get 2 to 3 turns of CLF pretty easy.
Oh, I see what you mean. I didn't realize this. I didn't know that Spirit of Arenia stays in the field, and you don't even need to crack it to use its ability.
No, yeah,
it's
that's
just
what I was saying. That's why I was like, it doesn't even matter. Like, it's always just there. Yeah, it's really good.
Well, unless it gets broken by like Horn of whatever or something, technically. But you can also just play it if you defend out your hand and just play it into the arena.
I see what you said, AJ. Thank you. I will.
That's wild, dude. Spirit of Arena is even better than I thought. That's crazy.
So this is really the only time you'll see Icelander keep like a 5-card hand or a 4-card hand, I guess.
I might be tempted to play Bolton now because of that. Sorry, you keep going.
Is when they have like a red, yellow Chilling Ice Vein. So this is going to be trigger on, or that's Chilling Ice Vein.
Insidious Chill.
Insidious Chill.
Insidious
So
Chill.
discard or pay 2, and then fuse. So 5 arcane, and then if it does any damage, discard or pay 2 again. You probably don't crack Amulet here just because it's not going to do anything for you much.
I think it'd be overkill. I think you save that for a bigger play.
I agree. But then we're going to see probably the last card in Chris's hand. If it's not a popper, it'd be pitched for Waning Moon. So this is 7 arcane, plus a couple of cards out of his hand. So this is really strong.
You won't be able to keep the channel up an additional turn, unfortunately.
Correct. Yeah, he did pitch a non-ice card.
He paid 2. He got 2 Ash. Okay.
Yeah,
that's not terrible, kind of.
It probably means that Michael doesn't have blues in hand. If his hand's all red, this is a lot of arcane he's going to be taking.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
So,
unless he knows he's going to have to pitch the blues now for the damage part of it.
Yeah. I wonder if it would have just been better to discard a red and then...
Oh, yeah, that might have been better.
Card, right?
That might have been better. You know what I love about that interaction is that in Brute, whenever you have an option to discard and you have Beast Within in your hand, you always replace it.
It just says when it's discarded anyway.
Yeah, whenever it's put... No, it says physically whenever it's put into the graveyard from not the combat chain. So when it's defended or attacked with, if it's just put into the graveyard.
That's really funny. So you just get it
Wild.
back?
Yes, you just get to replace it.
I have never seen that come up. That's really funny.
I've thought... No, it's come up against Guardian with Crippling Crush and Pummel. Because then it's like, I get to replace it then too. Beast Within is a choice card.
Oh, he is doing it.
Ooh.
He's cracking.
He wants to get all the cards out of hand. Ooh, he just wants to stop him from having a turn at all.
Yeah, so on Michael's turn, he'll have no way of stopping Arcane. And Chris will have a full card hand, and it'll be our turn.
Yeah, but he doesn't really play too much damage on his opponent's turn, so that's not going to be too much of a problem, unless he has the kill combo.
He might. Like,
he could.
E-pot, yeah. Tunic up.
His E-pot, Tunic, Storm Striders, and a card in Arsenal.
Yeah, so if the Arsenal is it, he can pay... You can do Axis 6, I believe, if it's like perfectly lined up.
Yeah, it looks like he's just attacking with Mirror Guy, and that's going to be the end of turn. No go again without playing a red card first.
Chris isn't doing anything on his turn.
I mean, Chris is going to be fine. I think I see it. Is that an E-Strike in hand?
Oh, that'd be insane.
E-Strike into any other attack would be pretty good.
I think you E-Strike the Mirror Guy, 5 go again into it. Like, this thing is getting a lot of value.
It is, and that needs to go.
Yeah. He's taken 2 from it, like, 3 or 4 times at this point.
He has.
But to answer Brandalorian's question, I think... In my opinion, Icelander has the advantage in this matchup.
I think Icelander can play it so much more calmly.
Yep.
Like, Dromai can wait on resources too, like the dragons themselves, but like, in the end, I think Icelander, the way it's built these days, has more value.
Yeah, like they have so many poppers. They have 9 cards in their deck that completely shut down their turn in Blizzard, Channel Lake, and Hypothermia. They're taxing their hand every single turn, so you never get really a 5/4 card hand. So it's just a lot to be able to win through.
Yeah. Looks like, you know what's funny? He's not attacking Mirror Guy. He's attacking... I think he's just trying to make Michael block or take damage to get to kill range.
That's maybe true. Like,
that might actually be better.
Dying,
Yeah.
It's just like with Mirror Guy out, if he plays a Vincerikai, if there are any left, like you have to do something about it, and that's like frustrating to deal with.
A little bit, but I think he does like the
Oh, this is actually very strong.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait, how did Michael block 4 damage? He only took 1 damage from that. Where was the block?
No, he was at 19.
Oh, he was at 9. Oh, he held it. I forget some of the
Yes.
apps subtract 5 when you hold it down for
I
a
don't
second.
like doing that. Yeah,
I
like tapping
don't.
it.
I don't. I like the one I use. I like that
Single,
it keeps
yes.
track of as you do it individually. I don't know.
I agree. Oh, sand cover.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So you'll take 2.
You know what's bad though? That's a card you want to save for the kill turn because that's one of the few things that Icelander Dromai has in terms of like a really good barrier
Yeah.
against a chunk of arcane damage for just a single card instead of like a blue pitch.
Another reason to have E-Strike the mirror guy is he would have healed the health off of the
True.
attack he just played. Oh my
Ah.
god. So to answer your question again, why does Icelander win in this matchup? I think this is why. Like, this is just so much.
Channel.
As Dromai, you never get to do what you want to do. Like, you never get to play the turn you want to play. So
Well, he's got a blue
he
pitch.
does have
I think
blue,
he's
that
actually
helps.
fine.
So mirror guy for 2.
Mirror guy for 1 and 2.
1 and 2, yeah. Another.
This is this is a nice back and forth though. I like this matchup. There's a lot of strategic like gameplay between
Yeah,
the two.
it's definitely not unwinnable for
Michael definitely just has to take the L's when the channels come out to a degree, but like he's still attacking for the turn.
Yeah.
And one of his dragons can attack next too, right afterwards. So he
It's-
can threaten an extra 1 damage.
Oh, he's taking everything from Mirror guy. Mirror guy's gotten a lot of value.
Your guy's gotten so much value, dude.
So we're just heading to the pass phase.
No, he can attack with an Ashwing still. He's got a resource.
Oh, I thought he was declaring pass. Oh, okay, yeah. He does
Nah,
have
you
one.
got a resource. Play it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
we're
Now you Arsenal.
Arsenal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it is such a close matchup. They're 11 and 9.
Yeah,
Anyone
it's-
could take this game if let's say for example Michael waits until the boots pop and has like a what is it, sand cover in his arsenal right now. That's a block 4 against the arcane damage for no
Right.
extra pitch required.
Yeah, that is a pretty great card. I don't know if Michael's on Oasis. That's another one. Would cost 1.
No, I saw him pitch it earlier. He is
He is on
definitely on
Oasis?
Oasis,
Nice,
yes.
okay.
And that's another card that he can play, either with a blue pitch for the extra arcane against future damages,
Yeah.
or just for the same single source. It's
Yeah,
so good.
It's really good. So he's on both. That's interesting. I feel like not a lot of Dromais have space for Oasis. So
Unironically, I think Oasis Respite was one of the best generics we got from this set. From Uprising.
Yeah,
It
so
is,
good.
and I think the fact that Kano's running away with a lot of wins in Constructed is just because people aren't playing it in like
Mhm.
Constructed or Blitz.
Yeah, finding the space for it can be hard in decks that you want to make room for D-Reacts, for Guardian, and I mean Oasis is
There is
essentially a
sideboarding
D-React.
at least in Constructed, but
Yeah.
like yeah, I get it. But at least it also blocks against Guardian.
It is. It's a
from hand.
D-React that cost 1 essentially. So
It does, but when you're facing a crippling crush, maybe you
It's
want to
fine.
block one from hand and then pitch to block with that
Uh-huh.
too.
oh, okay.
Woo.
Icelander on higher health, keeping Channel like Frigid up, getting a Frost Hex out, or under 2 Frost Hex. Like, game at this point is very not off. Like,
No, he hasn't gotten any value from it yet because Michael keeps popping them after he gets a frostbite,
Mhm.
but that only takes 1 good turn.
yeah, once he does another Ice Vein with the
Sigil of permafrost or something into it, or
well, he
like
has the thing, the chilling. What is that thing called?
the chilling eye or the insidious chill.
Insidious Chill Out. So he's gonna take rip 2 cards at least from him, and then you go off. Oh,
Kyloria. Kyloria with no phantasm.
Yeah, this is why Mirror Guy I think should have gone. Like, I'm gonna steal your E-Pot here.
Ooh, steal the E-Pot!
That would be so
Oh,
sick.
that'd be so funny.
And Icelander doesn't really have armor. A four breakpoint is difficult.
She's
Yep.
got the helmet and the tunic. That's it.
I think we're out of poppers. I do see the what is it? The blue.
I see Amulet of Ice in hand.
No, her specialization that gives a bunch of
Ooh,
frostbites.
the crap. Why am I drawing a blank
Yeah,
on this
me
at
too.
all? I hunted for those foils and then the full art foils on
Full
that.
arts,
There's
yeah.
no way I should forget. It's one of my favorite cards from the set. What is it?
Steal the potion.
Did you
I thought it
say
said
potato?
potato.
Yo, when are we getting our Irish leprechaun hero? All right, give me potato.
His weapon is potato, like Brood is rock. So we see a
No,
blue...
he has the pot of gold, but potatoes are a resource he can make.
Channel like in hand. Oh, I don't know why we're buffing it.
Ice
That's
Eternal,
interesting.
there you go.
Ice Eternal, thank you. He does have that in hand. So if he Arsenals that, if Chris Arsenals that, I think he might have game. Depending on how many blues he draws. Oh,
Yeah.
Is he metacarpusing? He looked at it. And then
He
put
was
it back.
definitely looking at it.
So this is a blue Ice Vein from Arsenal, and okay. Rewind
Aether Ice.
to do it again.
Ooh, he's got another channel.
Oh, this is wait.
Sorry, no, 3. There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
was like, wait, what?
5. That's a pretty busted Aether Ice Vein from Arsenal. Oh, and he's got it. Michael has to
Ooh.
do the thingy for paying for the resources.
Yeah, he didn't have to fuse this. He could have just shot Kyloria, so I wonder if he...
If he has a blue in hand, that would help, but like,
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
Interesting. I wonder what he's doing here. I don't think he has game. I think you have to wait another turn.
Again, it depends on if he's saving a defensive card in hand or an arsenal right now. There's so many ways this game could go right now.
Well, Kyloria is dying right here, and then turns over.
Wait, it's
He targeted Ice Vein at Kyloria.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's actually a good decision
Yeah.
on Chris if he did that.
So the Arcane will still go through, I think. That's
Arcane does go first
Mhm. And then
on attack
I think
declaration.
he's pitching for Chest Piece to get Ash, or maybe...
No, he's pitching for the Insidious Chill proc.
Insidious Chill proc, you're right. And then
Yep, and then Kyloria dies.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Michael's okay with that though. That's a Aether Ice Vein that's down, and
Yeah.
one less tick on the Insidious Chill.
But you saw the CLF in hand, so like there's going to be another one probably, and you just gave Ice under a 3-card hand, so it's just like...
I don't
It's
think
not
he.
looking
Well,
great.
he didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
the
yeah, well,
Kyloria died.
I'm just saying, I don't think that was in his favor for sure.
True.
This is pretty...
Unless that is a
bleak.
sand cover, like I said. If that's a sand cover he's saving, he's in a pretty good position there.
And there's just 3 more. If that's not a blue in hand...
If he does have a blue, I would just block whatever damage this is, unless that card in hand is like insane for him to use later.
Takes 3, keeps a card. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I guess it's a
Oh.
really good card.
6 is like, you just died so much now.
Yeah, unless you have the sand cover
Yep.
bait. The sand cover, being able to bait cards in Arsenal, like defensive cards in Arsenal or like sigils in Arsenal, is such a cool mechanic.
Yeah. I like Sand Cover for sure.
The fact that you're limited to just a single Arsenal slot in most cases, I think makes this game a little more interesting than, let's say, Yu-Gi-Oh, where you could like slap down like a board of face down cards that are God knows what.
Oh, interesting. So he's letting he's not even trying to peek him.
That is interesting. Maybe he didn't have enough anyway.
But he kept a card in hand. It must not have been the blue. I don't know.
True.
Or maybe he wanted to keep a blue for the Ice Eternal. I mean, Ice Eternal definitely could spell game here. Ooh, Dominia.
Hey, it's Dominia! And we know that's probably a channel in Arsenal instead of like a card that can kill it.
I think he's gonna respond and try to just kill Michael here.
Yep, that's probably what I'd do.
Yeah, I agree with this.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, wait, that's Ice
Yep.
Eternal!
And so he had 2 floating. He has 2 floating. So if he pitches, so you can do X is equal to 5 because 9 plus. So he'll have 1 floating. X is 5. So it's 5 arcane plus 5 frostbites.
5 frosty boys.
And you're gonna have to pay 2 or discard because of Insidious Chill. And then he can also pitch the fuse card for Waning Moon for 3 more. So this is like, I think, absolutely game.
Oh, that's a chroma. Yep, it's only a
it's game.
chroma in hand. It's game.
Yeah, any which way it's game here because even at end of turn the
The
double
frostbites.
hexes, yeah.
The frostbites will kill him.
Yeah, this is very well played by Chris. Like super patient.
Well played by Michael too. I think
He
he's
tried
just
his
not
best,
prepared.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. He's definitely. No, Michael's been playing Dromai for a little while.
Long
It's
time.
definitely one of his more favorite decks. But like Chris has been playing Icelander since day one for him, basically.
Yeah. So
And I think it's just the unfortunate nature of the matchup with blue versus red cards in hand.
yeah, it's crazy too because like Dominia won't even get to
Oh
attack
wait, he procced the furnace to get more reds.
to get 2 resources out of 1. So it's like
Yeah, no, it should have been 3, because it's
he pitched.
he
right?
pitches a red and he already has 2 reds in that. Oh no, one's a blue. You're right.
Yeah.
That's still cool though.
He
So he
gets
didn't have
around-
to discard of
yes.
the Insidious.
But 2 resources is not enough to do anything. You're gonna be under frostbite, so you can't attack. And then at end of turn, you're gonna take 10 arcane damage.
What?
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, the sand cover does help here, but it still doesn't get around the fact that end of turn you lose. And you also take 3 more from Waning Moon.
Oh, and the Metacarpus on top just for the heck of it.
Yep, that makes sense. You have 1 extra reforce floating, you might as well.
Yep. Might as well go in for the kill. And then he can even pitch for the Waning
Waning
Moon.
Moon, yeah. So you have 6, sand cover makes it 2, Waning Moon 3, you go to 1, and then 10 at end of turn. It's too much.
Even if,
Yep, there we go. They see it.
yeah, because he can't even attack with the Dominia with all those frostbites up.
It's
That
unfortunate.
is a wild finish.
I think you might even side out the super expensive dragons in that matchup. Like, are they ever coming in?
Yes, because the equipment. Okay, except maybe Tumultize. You can
Tumultize
pop
can-
those boots early.
But
Wow.
they didn't even come up in that matchup.
It didn't,
Yeah.
because you have to draw into it. You won, and you have no way to search it. So,
No, I mean,
I think
the Storm
Tumultize.
Striders didn't come into that matchup at all.
Oh,
You
true,
think they
true,
were
true.
dead, yeah?
But it's nice to get rid of them so
I
they
agree.
lose the option.
I agree.
Or even Tunic, just get rid of Tunic.
But yeah, I don't Dominia. I don't know if it does enough in that matchup.
Dominia, no.
Yeah.
Like,
It
you
dies to
can...
Scar for Scar 2, right? It's 4?
Yeah,
4-4,
Scarfer, yeah,
yeah.
Scar for Scar could kill it, and it's the banish doesn't even matter because they'll just choose to play out as many cards as they can in that instance, even using boots if they have to just make sure they don't banish a card.
Yeah, I definitely think that wasn't worth the play there, especially when you're at 6. You gave up 4 resources to do that.
Yeah,
It costs 4. Yeah, I was like, very well
that's
played.
kind of what killed him. I would have just played down the Chromai. Chromai is free. You could have
Right,
just played
I
down the
agree.
Chromai.
I agree.
Yeah, I think Chromai was the play. Then attack with Miragai and then Chromai because Chromai gives you the action point back if it gets killed anyway.
Yeah.
So then you have 3 dragons to attack with.
And you have blues in hand for AD, so I definitely agree.
I think that was the play, but good job from both players. He had the Sand Ward too, so it
Yeah.
might have helped.
Yeah, who knows?
It was
but
a close game though.
Ice Thunder was definitely in the driver's seat, I think, for that game. So
When you have that many poppers,
dude,
and
that
stuff,
was wild.
Oh my
That was 5 turns, 6 turns straight in a row.
God. Ice
pops.
Eternal's such a cool closer too. I love that card so much.
Yeah. 3 block blue that just is a finisher is so insane.
All right, so we're about to go into round 3. We've got so we got going into round 3, round 4, and then we got finals. I might just buy some more packs. Let's open one more. Here, open the light pack for me, Nick.
Light pack, let's go.
Open the light pack. Let's see what we get. Let's see if it's a little brighter than our last one.
How are you supposed to open these on one packs?
You open them just here. Do you need help? No, oh, no, you got it.
There you go.
Nasty, nasty. You don't know where that pack has been.
That's true. But I have antibodies right now. I had COVID recently, so it's okay.
No, now you have chlamydia.
Oh,
fine.
that's what I got.
Gross. Yeah, see, it does the
Eliminate
4 generics first, then equipment, and then 2 rares or just no.
2 rares.
And then prismatic shield foil.
That's
That's actually a
pretty
nice
good,
foil
yeah.
though. I will say I have been collecting foils for illusionist cards because I'm just waiting for the illusionist that plays like all these regular generic illusionist cards like Phantasmaclasm. The aesthetic on them is amazing.
Yeah.
I love how nightmarish some of them look. Frightmare, for example.
I can't wait till that card's playable.
Even like Spectral Procession is kind of spooky.
It's super cool.
It's like
I hope they give us a regular illusionist. That'd be
I
cool.
want one so
A
bad.
non-talented illusionist.
Well, even just take it for Blitz at this point, man.
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
The light illusionist just doesn't do it for me.
That's fair.
And
Not
I
the
like
dragon
Dromai
one.
and Dragons, but it doesn't play those spooky cards that I've been looking forward to
The
use.
Spoopy cards.
I want to play them. I want to. Shadow Illusionist. Give me that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Give me Shadow Illusionist and then give me a Landmark Fable for Shadows. For God's sake. Give us something equivalent to Library for Shadow.
It is really cool in this game that they have so many things that they can print. You know, like a lot of games, like especially when there's tied to an IP,
Mm-hmm.
like Pokemon, Dragon Ball. There's like
This is its own thing.
Yeah, it's
I love
so
it.
cool. Yeah, they can be like, this is a new thing now.
Well, to be fair, for some of them, wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh a card game first, then it used the show to help promote the IP? Or was it the other way
I think
around?
it's the other. I think it was a manga first, and then it
Oh,
was.
Yes, it was a
Yeah,
manga first.
and
of
then it was
course.
like anime card game. I think around the same time.
Mm.
So even them, they're not. They do print things outside of the show, but they are definitely constricted to a lot of what the show does.
No, wait, no. The show made up its own rules along the lines. Remember in the first season, there
no,
was so
not
much
the rules, but the cards that are printed.
I attack the moon.
I just straight up summoned Dark Magician. That's it. I just summoned the 7-star monster. We don't explain why that's okay.
Tribute summoning was not a thing
No,
back then.
you don't have to.
Summon Skull.
Yeah.
Its lightning will electrify your moth with the mist around
It never even made sense why they played like the 4-star monsters that have low attack when you can just play 7-star monsters without tributing.
I swear. My grandpa's deck has no weak cards, Kaiba.
Until Weevil gets rid of my Exodia.
Honestly, the best balance patch for the second episode is just throwing away
Just
those
throw
cards.
the main character's cards off the crucial. That was a great round. That was cool.
Oh, that was. We'll be right back, guys. We're gonna see who's left and get the next round lined up in just a minute. So be right back. Stick around. We're probably gonna have you against James if James won his round. To be honest.
Okay.
Alright, welcome back, guys. We're getting ready for round 3 to start, and I keep forgetting to raise the camera a bit. Sorry, AJ. But, we do have Nick playing against Chris. It was a hard decision on who to pick for this round because, James and Nick are currently undefeated, but both are going up against each of the players that we already had on stream last round, so I just picked Nick out of personal bias to see more Katsu today, so hopefully he won't disappoint. Definitely interested to see how he plays against Icelander in this matchup. And of course, Chris gets a little more time in the spotlight, which is always nice. Love to see some new characters from the newer sets, like Icelander from Uprising. But, yeah, I'm sure it'll be an exciting match. Looks like they're just getting set up here. Make sure this turned down a bit. Now, this is the third round out of 4 before cut to top 4. It looks like Nick and Chris are 2-1, or 2-0 so far. And I believe James is the other 2-0. I think he got down paired into Michael, who is his opponent at table 2. So we have 3 2-0s, and then everyone else is 1-1 or less so far. But it's still anyone's game for people who have at least one win. If they win out, then, you know, they could easily make top 4. Only Arcane Barrier 1 from Nick this time, which is, I mean, it's something, I guess. It's still not much, really. I mean, Aether Ice Veins or anything else that hits him are still coming in for full damage, so I think he's still going with the plan to mostly just go for as much damage as possible with his hands. Turn 1 looking pretty easy for Nick. Chris just going for the E-Strike with Go again. He still could play a spell to hit through the lack of Arcane Barrier, but I think Nick is happy to see this to start at least, because Chris is definitely going to want to arsenal one of those 2 cards. So if that's the case, whatever card he's going to hit Nick with, or whatever else he's going to play, has to be 0 cost. Oh, no. They took it back. They want to draw a card. I guess that's a better option. Just so he has more options to know what he's going to arsenal. But, yeah, the pretty solid turn 1, I guess, from Chris to be able to at least find something to arsenal or choose what he wants to arsenal. But also an easy turn for Nick, who doesn't have Arcane Barrier, for him not to have to worry about, like, an Aether Ice Vein coming in for 5. Ooh, that's not a great hand for Chris, though. I think I saw 2 Amulets of Ice. Yeah, that's 2 Amulets, so Nick might just have a field day on this turn alone right now, starting with the Kodachis. Ooh. You know what? I disagree with starting with Kodachis against Wizard most of the time, because if they have Hypothermia, I think it takes away the Go Again on them, because it's not built-in Go Again. Oh, that's a nasty hand from Nick, too, in terms of Tiger combos. All of them can be put back on top, which is why I always thought Brain Freeze was great against the aggro matchups. I think I would have left the Predatory Assault in hand, actually. I probably would have put the Double Strike back. I think Double Strike, or maybe you would just want to let it get rid of, or let Nick play it out this turn so that it's just over and done with. It's actually hard to say. Blocking to at least break the mask trigger, which would just get him the predatory streak at this point. Actually, I don't know if you just, or if it would have been better to just let the 1 through, considering he would have just drawn that 1 predatory streak again instead of taking the 2 damage here, because I don't think he's doing much with the predatory streak this turn anyway. Yeah, there it is. He would have had the extra predatory streak, sure, but he wouldn't have really done anything with it. So, oh, and opting not to use the Waning Moon before it passes back to him. Maybe he wants to play out his play out like a 3-card hand now. Yes, he does. He wants to E-Strike and then Arsenal. So, not a bad trade-off. But, Yeah, a solid 7 damage coming through, physical damage. Again, Nick's catching a lucky break so far in that if he does want to block, he can, compared to spell damage, which, I mean, he only has boots for AB. Honestly, in this matchup, I would consider dropping a Kodachi and just playing the Lantern for an extra AB when you need it. One of the things that I talked about earlier with Nick is that I like how Katsu is flexible, and I think this is one of those matchups where you have to play a little bit more... Like, you don't want to completely nerf your deck to lose all aggro, because Icelander's not always going to have interruption, but you want to be able to play it out so that you have enough blues or enough, like, defense to where you can wear them out, especially even with a single Kodachi swing each turn, faster than they'll be able to, you know, kill you. But Nick's opting to take the damage. He probably likes the hand he has, or wants to make sure that if there's a response from Chris, he has a lot of resources to pay for it. And it looks like it's just a humble Amulet of Ice coming down. That's a pretty strong green light to Nick, that he's basically free to do whatever he wants this turn without much recourse from Chris. Now, does he have the Art of War or Tiger Roar, so that those tigers in the Banish Zone are worth it? One of the funny things I like about the Tiger tokens is that you can technically play 3 in your deck initially, and technically just draw into some extra ones on those turns that you're playing Tiger Roar and everything. Roar of the Tiger, Tiger Roar, whatever you want to call it. Yep, and 1 blue is all it takes to clear out that Frostbite, so that Nick's turn is on for the rest of the turn. This Tiger's coming in for 0, unfortunately. Unless... Oh, what if Nick is baiting with, like, an Ancestral Empowerment? Yep, there it is. I knew it! So Nick's going to be able to draw a card, and if Chris doesn't have a defense reaction, he's going to be able to draw off the Mass Trigger now. Not a bad way to start things off, or hopefully draw into the Art of War or Roar of the Tiger that he's looking for. Because he does have a Tiger Swipe already in Arsenal, so if he just gets one of those, his turn is looking far more insane than it already kind of is at this point. No, it's not looking insane yet. I mean, those Tigers hit for 0. That's basically like swinging Phoenix Flame to start off a combo on Fi. Useless. Nick's taking a bit of time to think about what he's going to do. I don't think he got what he wanted or was hoping for off that Ancestral and Mass Draw. I think it's still pretty valuable that he got to do it on what would have been a 0-hit Crouching Tiger. But if he didn't get one of those things, then unfortunately the Predatory Streak is not super useful. He can play one of the Crouching Tigers for 1 damage using the Tiger Stripe Shuko buff, but that's about all the value he's going to get otherwise. Okay, he's deciding to activate Katsu. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I already know he's not playing any Pouncing Key, which would have been kind of cool to give him some value off this turn. Now he's just playing the Fluster Fist. He's just going to go for the max damage value there. Yeah. Hopefully Nick at least remembers that he does have the bonus damage off the Tiger Stripe Shuko on one of those Tigers, even if it hits for only the one, just so he can play it out before the Fluster Fist. Kind of a disappointing turn, though, if that's all he gets to do. Although it could be saved if he does have Assault the Wound or something else in his hand, too. Although he wouldn't have searched the Flutter Fist if he had Assault the Wound available. Ooh, he's playing the Tiger Swipe anyway. To be fair, if you're gonna play stuff with Go Again to get the longest chain possible, even if you're not gonna get any damage off the Tiger, Crouching Tigers that it might make, you still get enough value out of just going with 4 with Go Again. Yeah, if he does 4 with Go Again, maybe one more attack with Go Again from hand, and then the Flutter Fist, that's already like a pretty insane turn on its own. Chris has been pretty open to taking all the damage up until this point, minus the one card he tried to block. I wonder if he's just saving for a big hand, or if he just doesn't see the value in blocking out all these single hits, especially now that the mask is already triggered for turn. Nah, it looks like he's going to block out, so he's probably going to try and work off a... Well, no, after he sees whatever else Nick plays, he might just go ahead and try and do the Waning Moon, and then arsenal the other card during his turn. The Tiger should be coming in for 0 right now. I don't see anything else that's buffing it anyway. Maybe he's just trying to bluff another Ancestral. That would be a little funny, but also a little unfortunate to use both Ancestrals on the same turn just for 1 damage. But it is making Chris think or doubt what he should do. Which is pretty funny, actually. Don't fall for it, Chris. It's a trap. Another Tiger Swipe? Why? Why play both of them? None of the Tigers are doing bonus damage. I mean, it's 4 Go Again. Maybe that's the flexibility we were talking about with Katu earlier, is that you just go for the 4 Go Again when you can and not worry about the Tigers, even if they could be more valuable later, just to keep the consistency of damage per turn up. Chris is choosing to block it out, though, so I guess he got the cards out of his hand. And then the Fluster Fist for 4. I feel like I disagree with the block there. Just because now Chris has nothing on his turn, or not even an arsenal, to get ready for Nick's turn. And Nick is just going to come in with, well, a full hand and arsenal during his turn next. I wonder how many of those Marvel Crouching Tigers Nick has, though. Maybe no less than 10, just to make sure he always has them available. Alright, so Chris does get to go up to his Tunic counter, but no arsenal for this turn, and a 5-card hand for Nick, basically. Yeah, Nick's basically free to do whatever he wants without much recourse, unless Chris decides to pop the Stormstriders just to get a Frost token or something else to disrupt him. The unfortunate thing is it only says Wizard cards, so like Channel Like Frigid or Hyperthermia would not be on the table. Starting off with a humble Kodachi as always. See, I feel like the second block might be more worth blocking at all, if you're going to, just because it's like, it's very rare for someone to use an attack reaction on the Kodachi swing for anything. No, I guess it's not that rare. You got Razor Reflex, for example. Rising Knee Thrust. He must have a Razor Reflex then, because there's no way you'd play Rising Knee Thrust then, without Go Again, just to end your turn when you have this many cards to work with. Yep, there it is. So he gets the Go Again and the Mass Trigger here. That's why I say you should block the second Kodachi sometimes, because then while the Kodachi may have still hit, he wouldn't be able to get Go Again off of the Rising Knee Thrust there. If you'd played the Razor on it. Yep, Mask and Katsu Trigger. Let's see what he gets. The fact that he's starting off with the Rising Knee Thrust then is probably a good sign that we're not going to see anything Tiger related this turn. But drawing a card or discarding a card for now to find something? Oh, wait, he just gave up a Predatory Streak. Yep, definitely nothing Tiger related this turn, I guess. Oh, he's actually going for the Hurricane technique. I love it. He can Hurricane technique, hopefully it goes back to hand, and then he can pitch it again to go ahead and do something else. Or just play something after it if it gets blocked. Hurricane technique is such a fun card. I remember back when I built Katsu, or theory crafted Katsu back in the day, I liked using the leg tap line just because of the whatever the other combo ender for it is, that's the rare, and Hurricane technique, because I thought they were just more fun to use than some of the other combos that were available besides Lord of Wind. Hey, there's the Lucarios in the chat, let's go! Yeah, Chris is definitely not having fun right now, I can tell. The fact that he doesn't have anything in Arsenal to try and stop Nick from going all out like this is kind of upsetting. And then the Razor Reflex, too, was not very good. Does Chris not play any defense reactions? I haven't seen a defense reaction yet, but I feel like this is one of those matchups where you definitely play them if you have them. Oh, and 2 of his cards in hand are just 2 blocks, which really sucks. So he's probably going to have to give up the Emeritus. Oh, or that. Wait, that's still not enough. He's taking the 1. He's letting him get the hit off. I disagree with this. I would not let him get the card back in hand. I would just let it die where it sits. Oh, I guess they're just talking between each other to see how to best block this. Yeah, all those 2 blocks in hand are unfortunate, but it kind of makes it so that Chris has to block that way. I feel like he would give up the gloves first before he gives up the helmet, because at least the helmet can be used for effective purposes. If he really is going to block with equipment, I would use the tunic counter into the gloves. Ending with an E-strike, that's so... Ugh. Ugh. That's gross. Nick taking a commanding lead here, 33-13. I talked to Chris before the match started, and he said that they've played together before, and it's they've both at least won against each other once during their 2 games of testing. But this looks like one of those games where Nick is really taking it home. Taking it home by a mile, Jesus. Yeah, so at least Chris gets to Arsenal, but I don't think that was a disruption card that we saw, so I don't think anything's going to really impede Nick from doing whatever he wants this turn. So if he keeps just going off of full hand after full hand, I guess leaving the AB at home was probably the right idea this time. Coming in with the Kodachis to start. You know, typical Katsu starters, of course. Oh, and, oh, I see. He's got a floating resource, so he's probably going to block with the Gauntlet this turn, with the floating resource, probably. Or just Waning Moon using the Tunic resource. Yep, there it is. I get that Chris wants to get in some damage to even things out. I don't know if I would use cards to attack instead of block this turn, just because of how far on the back foot you are. Oh, especially when he's got the Belittle combo? Yes? No? Ooh! Okay, okay. So, he wouldn't have needed to do anything just yet, but, Nick probably has Tunic counter, though, so... Nick deciding whether he wants to pitch to keep the go again. But he could have activated the Blizzard on the Belittle even after the reveal, before the search actually happens, because that's part of the resolution that you can respond to. I think I would have done that over using Blizzard now. I mean, I guess he was planning to use it before the Belittle. He saw the Belittle, but, yeah, the Belittle... Oh, and Nick just opting to pass turn. Alright, well that was a lucky break for Chris. He only took 2 damage, and can hopefully do something a little more impressive with the cards he has in hand left. But see, this is why I would have kept the Coronet Peak, because maybe you could have first Scarred into Coronet, or just Coronet into Arsenal. But Nick with a 5-card grip, Chris just has to hope that whatever card he has in the arsenal there is powerful enough to stop Nick's turn even on 5 cards. Alright, looks like... Okay, so Nick is using the Belittle, probably searching the blue just to make sure he has enough resources for more. But I'm kind of surprised that he pitched the Ancestral Empowerment knowing how powerful it is to, like, activate a mass trigger. But maybe now that he knows that Chris didn't have another face-down card, or not a super powerful one, he was kind of... No, because he did that in response to the Belittle. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by the Ancestral pitching. I feel like that's something you want to use to make sure those masks go off. Now I'm continuing the combo line, or the combat chain with the Kadachi. He's probably going into another Belittle. Okay. Alright then, just 2 Belittles, more blues. What do you even need more blues at this point, dude? I mean, I guess you play them back to back when you have them in hand just to play them, but like, dang man. That's 2 of your Belittles already out of the game, and then 2 of your blue pitches down to the bottom after this turn. I guess the bottom of the deck doesn't matter when you're Katu though, and or as many times as you shuffle with his ability during a game. It will be interesting to see how Chris responds to this. He definitely wants to try and get something in the arsenal for the next turn so he can keep up this defensive pressure that he's trying. But it's kind of difficult when Nick can keep coming back to back with 5-card hands to, you know, rip as many cards out of your hand as he can. I wonder what else he has in hand, though, because he already got... So he's got 3 cards in hand. One of them is the Minnowism, one of them is the Rushing River. I wonder what the last card is. Maybe it's a Torrent of Tempo. If it's a Torrent of Tempo, that'll definitely rip the last cards out of his hand, but we know he doesn't have the Ancestral in hand anymore because he pitched it. Which would have been perfect for the Torrent of Tempo, unfortunately. And... Oh, it's just an E-Strike. Yeah. Not a bad way to go. It looks like he's going for the full 7, and he's just going to arsenal the, probably what's the Rushing River for a future turn. Yeah, Chris having to make a difficult decision. He's either going to block it all, or block as much as he can to reduce damage, or he's going to try and make sure he has at least 1 card in arsenal to stop the next turn. Well, at least he had enough to use the Waning Moon to do some damage afterwards, but yeah, Chris is not in great position this time. Only 1 Amulet of Ice to threaten if he does play something from arsenal. And with Nick just coming in with 5-card hands each turn, I especially with this health difference, I'm not sure how Chris can come back from this. He would need Nick to trip really badly on like the 5-card hand to be basically useless or have no combo starters, or Chris will have to pull like the perfect like ice card to disrupt to Nick long enough to make it so that he can come back with some attacks and try and put Nick on the back foot. I don't see that happening right now though, based on his hand. He does have a Channel Lake Frigid in hand, which he might be able to arsenal for the next turn. We'll have to see what card he has now and what Nick chooses to do to see if he'd even have that luxury.
It's a pretty close game here, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, not close. Sorry, I didn't mean close. It's an interesting game.
It's an interesting game. Yeah. I was gonna say,
Unfortunately,
it's like
Chris
19.
Chris is very much on the back foot right now.
Yeah.
Another Polar Blast, which is great for drawing a replacement card to defend with, and then also giving him a Frostbite, but not great. Not the best in terms of like, you know.
He's not closing that gap in damage.
No, and he's not defending either. Really, he's just putting another card in hand that replaces the pitch, I guess. Which was an amulet, which has 0 defense anyway, which is pretty good to get rid of. But I feel like Cold Snap would have been better in this situation if he has any, because then Nick would have had to paid the extra to unfreeze his arsenal or leave it frozen, which is one less card he has to work with.
Yep. Yeah. Either way, it's one less card, you know, because you freeze it, he doesn't get his arsenal, or he pays the card, which is also
Pays the resource at least,
Yeah.
which is when you're getting a Frostbite too, that's a lot of resources.
eats through your hand pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris is in a tough spot. Already at 5 health to Nick's 19. He's using the Waning Moon, so it's probably going to go down to 16? Yeah, I doubt Nick even bothers blocking this to try and get the most potential out of his hand. You almost wonder, though, if Chris has some sort of... Oh, no, he did pitch. Alright, I guess Nick knows he has some extra resources to work with after this Waning Moon strike. Ooh, Soul Bead. Ooh, that's a nasty one. So the problem with Soul Bead is that it doesn't have Go Again unless it hits. But if Nick has like an attack reaction to get over it, I mean, Razor's going to give it Go Again no matter what it was either way. But if he does, if Chris doesn't block enough, then Nick's turn is going to continue after this. He needs to block with 2 cards here to guarantee that Nick can't do anything. Which might seem like a waste, but when you're this low, playing defensively is really all you have in order to, like, you know, keep the game going. It is a really tough decision for Chris, though. He's going to have to decide what cards he wants to give up, or if he even wants to try and have a turn next turn. He does have a Findos Fighting Spirit, so if he pitches, if he blocks with the Findos Fighting Spirit in a 3-block, he'll gain a life and make sure that Soul Beat Strike doesn't have Go Again. And then he could Arsenal the Channel Lake Frigid for next turn. No, so he could actually block with 3 cards, then channel the Frigid, and then save that for next turn. Looks like he is blocking 5, though. Oh, and Nick's just going to give it Go Again with the Tide Flippers. Darn, his Arcane Barrier is gone. I don't think Nick cares, though. Ooh, only ending with a red Snatch. This is actually not the worst case scenario. Except for the fact that Chris decides to take it? I don't know about that move. I probably would have blocked with a card in hand if it blocks for 3 and then maybe Tunic. I guess it doesn't matter because... Or actually, I would have just blocked with a card from hand. Because I don't think Nick had the ability to do anything afterwards anyway. Ooh! Okay. That's not a bad trade-off. Doing that to make sure Nick has to get rid of a card or even a Tunic resource if he even has one right now. If Nick doesn't have a Tunic resource, though, that's 1 whole card less that he'll have to play. And then the Channel Lake Frigid next turn will be that much more deadly. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. Still risky to go to 1 against Katsu when Kodachi Lock is a thing, but... and maybe manageable if Chris gets the right cards. Or maybe he gets a Sigil. Heal up. Wait, that wasn't the Channel Lake Frigid? Oh, no. Alright, well, he's still threatening the resource loss for the card in Arsenal. I'm very confused. I don't know what he... Oh! The channel must have been the only 3 block in his hand, so he had to use it. That's crazy. That's actually terrible. Ooh, and Stormstriders? Is he trying to end it all right now? Oh, Aether Ice Vein. Okay, okay. I like it. That's actually really good for getting some resources out of his hand, hopefully. And then responding, hopefully with the... I guess just Waning Moon for a little more damage. We did see that's a blue frosting in his hand, so we can play that next turn on Nick's turn. But it won't be enough to kill him from here. Yeah, he's popping everything to try and get Nick's cards out of hand like as soon as possible, so that maybe he won't even be able to pitch to start attacking with Kodachis for the turn. Woo! What a turn for Chris, at least. Oh, I wonder what they're taking back for a second. Maybe Nick just wants to switch the card he had to pitch to, for the amulet? Oh, yeah, there you go. Same thing, really. Now, what does Nick have left to even, like, let him swing with Kodachis for turn? Okay. So he's just swinging with a 3-hit. This is fine, even if Chris only has 2 blocks. He can give up the Tunic at this point, because I don't think he's getting another one. But this did save him a ton of damage this turn, and allow him to net a lot of damage this turn to try and bring the gap closer together. Unfortunately, without the boots, though, if he doesn't have a great blue in hand, he's not even going to be able to kill Nick on this next turn. Just disrupt him as best as possible. And let's see what Nick has to do. Nick does not need a lot to close out this game, but Wizard can do some wacky stuff if you don't respect what they can do at instant speed. Oh no! Oh no! Double Strike is like worst case scenario here, because not only is it free, but hitting for 1 twice just off that card alone before he's even needed to pitch for any frost. Oh. Does Chris have a response? Nope. Alright, well, that ends the game. GG to Nick. It looks... Oh, and the hypothermia. Not an... Oh, wait. If Nick had started with a Kodachi, the hypothermia would have been turnover. Wow. That's wild. Nick just needs to do one thing different for Chris to still be in the game here. That's crazy. I mean, good game to both players. It did come down to the wire a little more than I expected to after Icelander took that, or after Chris took that, or lost the lead so early in the game. But he was able to bring it down 1-9 at least before that last play. So good game to Chris. Hello, I'm back. I did not have a chance because I was snacking on something to open a pack at the beginning of this round, so I'm going to do that now. Alright, this is my 3rd Monarch Unlimited pack out of the set, and then next is going to be the Monarch First. So yeah, like I said, it starts with 4 generics, and by 4 generics I mean like light, generic, or dark cards. Then it does the equipment, and then 2 rares, Howl from the Beyond and Seeping Shadows, and then Illuminate Foil. Yeah, these Monarch packs have been kind of like kicking me in the balls today, really. Maybe it's all saved for this 1st edition pack here. All of the luck is going to go into this one right here. Give me a library. I don't have one. Don't have one in Rainbow Foil, don't have one in Cold Foil, but I'd love it in Cold Foil. But, well, here's hoping. It is a dark pack, though, so I don't know how many light cards would want to find themselves in there. But that was a good game. A little upsetting for the Icelander to kind of put that far on the back foot in the early game, but when you're aggro versus control, you got to make sure you have the control cards needed to stop the aggro. But in the end, it also doesn't look like Nick's AB1 punished him, so maybe playing with full damage in mind is the best way to play against Wizard. Alright, I need to get some water before we start the next round and then top 4, so I'm going to put it on the Be Right Back screen here, guys, and I'll see you soon. Alright, everyone, we're back for the final round. We got Josue versus Tom. Tom has been playing a lot of Kano lately, so he definitely has a lot of practice. So it should be interesting to see how it plays in CC here, because I don't get, like, despite it being, like, talked about when it happens at, like, major events, it doesn't actually happen, or as much as I get to see on stream or get to see in person, so this will be nice to see for a change, to see how Tom's practice or how Tom plays it right now. Hey, what's up, Jamie? Sorry you had to dip out for a bit. Hopefully you were able to get everything you needed, though. But, yeah, we miss you here. Once again, I keep forgetting to raise the camera. I guess we'll have to wait until next time. But I definitely need this water between rounds, because Lord knows when you're talking all day, if you don't have enough water, then it definitely starts to take a toll on your throat. Wait, I don't... Whose turn is it? Alright, so it looks like this is... So Josue's already taken 2 damage. Was that Tom? Yeah, that's alright, Jamie. It's alright. We just miss you. We miss you as always. Yeah, I'm like, whose turn is it? Did Josue not even get a turn yet? I don't know. We'll see. Because it looks like Tom just played that from hand just now. Wow, that's a good top deck. Tome of Aetherwind off the Sonic Boom. You hope it's something that's a little more expensive so that you can get the value out of the damage making it free. But Tome of the Aetherwind is not bad to draw 2 more cards to activate Kano's ability. Okay. I know that card begins with a P. I forget what I forget its full name, but I know it opts 1 if it does more than 1 damage, since it's in blue. Not the worst thing to get off the top. At least it's damage. Something he can play. Yeah, this will be a quick game if Tom's record for pulling off one-shot turns continues. Curious to see what Josue does. He only has Arcane Barrier 2, which is a little bit better than Nyx during the Runeblade matchup. Oh, Josue just played down a potion turn 1. Okay. I was wondering what he did, because I saw that Tom did respond, but, like, I was like, wait, why does Josue have, like, the full hands, even though he did an Arsenal? Oh yeah, no problem, man. Catch you later. Alright. Well, he's starting off with a potion into a Soaring Strike. Oh, into an Art of War. This could actually be really big for Josue to pull up a damage lead before Tom gets to run away with whatever he does. Yeah, and he's banishing Drong too. He's got Assault the Wound, so if he hits with a lot of cards this turn, he's gonna hit. Ooh, he's gonna give the Salt the Wound go again? That's interesting. Oh, because he drew another potion. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna do this. Probably grab the Phoenix Flame, then Salt the Wound, and then Potion, since Salt the Wound will have go again. Oh, that's an interesting turn. At least he gets to replace the Potion to hopefully have resources when he needs them against Kano's blowout turns. Honestly, the best reason to have Potions in your side deck is, if for nothing else, then against the Wizard matchup, so they can't catch you with like a 0-card hand and then have no resources to defend against the Arcane Barrier. Alright, Salt the Wound coming in for 4. 1 off the Soaring Strike hit. Oh, 5 because of the Tiger Stripe Shuko. So yeah, 5 damage. And then he'll be able to Potion and pass. And Tom taking that one. I guess he has something he likes for like a 2-card hand next turn. Or maybe he's just going to set up a Potion and pass. But Josue at least being able to try and make sure that Tom is within kill range as fast as possible. really with Kano, unless you draw like an Oasis Resolve early and arsenal it until it's needed, like you really are trying to play as fast as possible, because if Kano's forced to like just play off the top deck to try and kill you first, but then they trip and don't get anything good to go with it, then you know you're kind of like you basically get to play out your hands for free each turn and just force them to keep being on the back foot. But I know this one. Alright, I forget the name of this one too. There's a lot of new wizard cards that I haven't memorized all the names of, but this is the one that gets go again if it hits for more than 4 damage since it's red. But Josue does have the Arcane Barrier too, so he is going to go ahead and block it out. Taking 3 is not bad. And he still has, you know, 3 cards in hand to work with for his next turn, and a potion if he really wanted to. One of them is a Flameclaw Awakening, though, so he is going to be able to search for a Phoenix Flame after this hit. Tom has another potion in hand. He might just block out this turn and then potion to get ready for the kill turn. And Josue popping the potion again. I mean, I guess he wants to be aggressive because it looks like he has a Lava Burst and Flameclaw Awakening in hand, but I feel like you still want to make sure that you have resources to block, or want to have those on-hand resources to block out Kano before he well, kills you on that one turn he needs to do so. Yeah, able to find the Flameclaw Awakening, or Phoenix Flame. So he's going to hit with Phoenix Flame, Fire ability Phoenix Flame, or Arsenal that one, and then Lava Burst. So Josue definitely has a lot he can do with this turn still, which is good. If I were him, I would probably Phoenix Flame, Lava Burst, and then Fire ability to get an extra Phoenix Flame into Arsenal, I guess, just so I have things to turn on combos later. And we'll see. Josue's definitely been playing a lot of Fi lately. So for both these players, by the way, I believe they're both 2-1. So these guys are on the border for the win and in to try and get into top 4, depending on who wins. Alright, coming with he does get the 2 damage off on that Phoenix Flame because of the Tiger Stripe, and now the Lava Burst for 5. That's pretty good. Yeah, 1 wasted resource, though, which is never great, but I mean, he didn't really have anything else to play that used a resource besides maybe a Sword Swing. Yeah, Josue looks like he's in a comfortable lead, but with Kano, you never know if it's actually that comfortable. Tom's had a card in Arsenal for those past couple turns, and he's even just playing the Sonic Boom as opposed to using the potion. So Tom could already have like an Aether Wildfire or Blazing Aether in the arsenal there that's ready to go off when he needs it. Sonic Boom, of course, threatening some nice damage on top of whatever damage it does, hopefully with a card off the top. Blocking 2, which is good, but it's still enough for him to banish most cards, like the Sap. Sap for 1, but he had 1 floating, so Arcane Barrier is able to block it. Honestly, not a bad turn for Josue in terms of what could have been even more deadly from Tom. Yeah, it all comes down to how much pressure Josue can keep exerting until Tom gets the kill turn, or hopefully before Tom can get the kill turn. This is also kind of funny, though, because I see that he's got he's got 3 just go again cards in his hand, next to the Scar for a Scar. Unfortunately, Scar for a Scar. One thing I've learned about playing Kano is if they have life, they're still in the game. Yep, that is exactly right. They can even have 1 health left, which was very common in Blitz back in the day, when we were first playing around in Blitz format. All he needs is 1 health to live, and then just wait for you to commit to a turn before they kill you. I'm kind of surprised Josue didn't, oh no, Josue couldn't because of the order he played the cards. Nah, never mind. I was going to say he could have gotten a Phoenix Flame, but the Scar for Scar was not Draconic. I would block... Oh my gosh, whatever card... Unless he's looking for the Aether Wildfire specifically, whatever card Tom is going to search for probably costs 1 or less anyway. You still kind of want to block out as much damage as you can. Tom going in for the search. Is he going to search for a blue, or is he looking to have a specific card in hand? That's the question. He already has the potion set up and a tunic counter probably, so he's already set up on resources pretty well. But it never hurts to have more blues and Kanos to make sure you finish off the turn, or finish off that kill turn strong. Oh wow, there's the Blazing Aether. Yeah, looks like Tom might be going in for the kill with this next hand. Kinda has to, I think, because Josue is just going to come in with definitely more than 6 damage worth from 3 cards in his hand. I almost would have let the rest of the damage go through and keep the Snatch in hand, just to make sure you could do more damage, because Lesson in Lava was going to probably search whatever he wanted anyway. When you only have AB2 anyway. Oh boy, here comes the Art of War from Josue, but Tom is choosing to respond before the effects go off, so... That's actually kind of interesting, though, because if he does it before the effects go off, Josue's going to be able to at least have 1 resource and 1 card in hand to go ahead and pitch if he has enough resources to, and block out some of the damage from the combo turn. So I wonder what he's doing. Nope, he's telling Josue to hold the card in his hand, so it looks like Tom is going to respond here. Yep, there are the Storm Striders. What do we have? Crucible. What card is he playing? Yep, that's the Aether Wildfire. I knew it was probably that in the arsenal there. So he's got the Aether Wildfire coming in for a lot of damage. 5 damage. No, 6 damage. 6 damage, okay. 6 damage, and he still hasn't played that potion down. Already searching off the top to see what else is there. Oh, I'm playing the... Oh, wow. He's got the Okay. He's got the Blazing Aether that he's going to put back on top and banish. And then he's got the Aether Wildfire that's coming in for 6. Is that going to be enough, though? I feel like Tom should also have 1 less resource, but he has a potion anyway, so that doesn't matter. Ooh, okay. This... I don't know if this is enough. So Josue can at most block 2 if he chooses to pitch the card that he has. Let's see, if it does 6... Let's say it does 6. It's going to do 6. Then the... Okay, he was playing that instead of the Tunic. Alright, well, it looks like the last card wasn't anything off the top anyway. So if he does the max damage with the Aether Wildfire, he's going to do 6 plus the damage on the... Whatever that 0-cost card is. That's going to be 7, plus 1 more from the Metacarpus, so 8. And then 8 plus 6 plus 6. Yeah, that's definitely lethal off the Blazing Aether. I think Josue does need to block out the 2 initially, because that's going to make it so that Tom, you know, just... No! Josue, no! I think Josue just threw the game. No! It's gonna kill! Josue, you have to pitch to block it! Oh no, his earbuds are in, he can't hear me! No! Yep, because it's going to be 5 plus 7 plus 5 on the Blazing Aether, so that's 17 on top of this 7 damage. I don't think Josue lives this. Oh no. Oh, he only has a red in hand. Oh, that's tragic. He still should have blocked the 2 off the Blazing, or the Aether Wildfire. That would have given him the best chance to go ahead and reduce as much damage as possible. Ah, there it is. There it is. Tom taking the win. He just needed to block with the 2 resources on the first hit, and he would have lived. Ah, but good game to both players. Good game. That was definitely intense, and we knew it was coming. We always know it's coming when it comes to the, the Blazing Aether turn, that finishing turn. Oh, and it was the Eye of Ophidia on top that stopped him from being able to get an extra card. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. If he had actually had the Aether Dart instead, that would have been even more unblockable. Good game to both players, though. And Tom showing us how to play Kano in Classic Constructed these days. So hopefully the next round will be starting soon. Let me go ahead and switch back to this. Hello, welcome back everyone. I've got my water here. Always got to stay hydrated while you're on stream. So we've definitely got Nick and I believe James are both like guaranteed where they were into the top 4. Now we just need to see who the last 2 players are based on either 3-1 record or 2-2 record if any 2-2s get in. But before we get started with the next round, or before you guys have to wait, I'm going to go ahead and open this Monarch first pack that I got from my random bundle. And let's see if it's better than all the unlimited packs of Monarch that I got in it, too. Come on, give me a library. It's like the one card from Monarch I just don't have. Alright, 3 Shadow. Oh, alright. Well, an unexciting Brandish is our foil, and nothing. Alright. Alright, well, you can't win them all. This, Monarch kind of bodied me today. I was to say, the only, so the most valuable stuff I got from the random 6-pack bundle that I bought was the Lesson in Lava foil Achilles Accelerator and the foil Adult Bolton, which is cool. But man, those Monarch packs bodied me. I opened 3 unlimited and 1 first edition from that 6-pack. No, was it 4 unlimited? No, I got Crucible, Arcane. No, it might have been 4. It might have been 4 unlimited. No, it was 3. I don't know how to count to 6 apparently. I might just buy some Dynasty packs too to open between the final 2 rounds. But we do have the finals coming up for top 4, so that's going to happen soon. I know Wizard rounds are always fast, so I think the other rounds are going to be playing for a little bit. But stick around for a bit. I'm going to get up and see what's going on, and maybe buy a few more packs to open on stream before the last rounds get started. So stick around, guys, and we'll have the top 4 coming up next. All right, welcome back, everyone. The round 4 is still going on right now. We still got like James and Nick going up against each other to see who's top seed. But yeah, it looks like Tom is 3-1 now. One of the other 3-1 winning in matches is Evan versus Chris, Icelander versus Oldham. So each of them are 2-1, seeing who gets the winning in for top 4. But it looks like at least James on Dorinthia and Nick on Katsu are going to be in the top 4 for today. I'm definitely happy to see how well Katsu is doing. I don't know how troubled or how much trouble Dorinthia is giving him right now, considering the on-hit threats are something that he can't ignore as well as other classes. But I'm sure that they both have their strengths and weaknesses against each other, I guess you could say. They're both classic Welcome to Wraith heroes, and I've always said that they have like the nicest balance or the nicest kind of like fundamentals in the game that you get to play with. So a lot to work with there. Unfortunately, I'm all out of product to open right now, and I'm really itching. I'm so tempted to get another Dynasty's box, but I know I just need to stop buying sealed product right now. I got bodied on that little, whatever you want to call this, random packs, 6 random pack bundle. So I should take that as a sign that I should probably stop buying things for the day. I could spend that money on buying like new video games and stuff instead of more cardboard. That could be worth a lot of money, but probably not. But it is that time of year again, you know, it's where you should be, or as some might say, you should be spending money on others instead. But what do you guys think is, when the meta kind of like settles or people start figuring out what's going on, what do you guys think is going to be like the top classes? I think Briar is still going to hold a top spot right now just because of how powerful Channel Mount Heroic is. I think Oldham's always going to hold a top spot for the time being while aggro decks run around, since he's a very good counter to those. And I think Icelander's still going to hold a nice spot in the meta right now. Excuse me. A nice spot in the meta right now, considering it's a nice mixture of control and damage at different play speeds. So I think a lot of the meta is actually going to stay the same, even though we've lost a few heroes and gained a lot of new cards from Dynasties. But I do think a few other classes are at least feeling more comfortable with some of the new equipment they got. And I do think we're going to see an increase in Dash being played. I don't know if we're going to see an increase in her success just because of the new cards. That new construct is really cool, though. And surprisingly, I've pulled 0 of that construct out of the many cases that I've gotten. I don't know if it's short printing or because it only comes in foil, so it's just harder to pull in general. But I have 0 of that construct, so I guess it's a good thing I didn't plan on playing Dash right now. But I wouldn't mind having them on hand in case I did, you know? I don't think they're that expensive now either if I want to just buy singles. But boxes are fun to open. Oh my goodness. So we've got James, Nick, Tom, and then either Oldham or Icelander. So we might even have 2 wizards, Dorinthia and Katsu in the top 4 for today. So pretty exciting mix of characters. That's probably the one thing that I liked best about what came out of Worlds, or what we kind of saw at Worlds and the calling there. There is a lot of variety in the amount of heroes that are actually making top cut now compared to before, like Prism got banned or made Living Legends and all those other characters made it out. And then some of the changes to the recent like banned and restricted list. There's a lot more heroes that are finding a time in the spotlight and getting a chance to at least get into the top 8 or perform better than they did before, now that the meta has shifted or some of the characters have been removed from the meta. So I'm still comfortable and have fun playing Rhinar, even though it's not always a top performer. But it just feels like I still do well with him, or it feels like good to play the game with him, even if he may not be the top dog of the meta. It's just fun to feel like you're actually playing the game and have that interactive back and forth, rather than it feeling one-sided like it did for a time with like Starvo and Chain for a bit. So that's nice. Nice to see that the game is evening out there. Now we have a whole new hero too, Arachne, to work with. I was excited to play Arachne before, but now that I've kind of seen how he plays, I'm not as excited to play him as I am to go back to Rhinar, Katsu, and maybe even Azalea, just to see if her arrows or the new bow do her any favors. It's not that I don't like Arachne necessarily. I'm not a huge fan of the playstyle. They seem very control oriented, but not a lot of wow factor, even on turns where you're like using the attack reactions or eradicate or that other stuff. It seems like a very slow paced but steady um, what's the word I'm looking for? Control deck. At its finest. You can play aggro by putting in a ton of reactions and a ton of go again potential, but I think he kind of sits more comfortably, he or she, they, sit more comfortably, like, if you can, just doing one of your spider bites, maybe two if you have two blues in a card, and then going for just a single card to try and banish and get some silvers. There are some funny things you could do with silvers, like playing cash-ins, or playing Knick-Knack Bric-a-Brac, even if you want to set up like an item board for some crazy turn. But other than that, if you play them optimally or like the most consistently, I think it just consistently falls into the line of like a control deck that has on hits on all of their regular cards that you can even play at 0. So you can block with 3 cards, just play a card for 0, and then hopefully gain some resources, or force cards out of their hand if they don't want to banish anything. And that's not a problem. That's good that we have like an assassin playing in a different style than maybe we'd expect, considering Ninja is more of the go wide class. Runeblade is turned into more of a go wide class. It's nice to see that something that's called an assassin plays a little more methodically, more themed to an actual assassin at this point. So I'm happy to see I'd be happy to see if someone like figures out something new or makes a deck that's like a whole new way to play them. But for now, it just seems like it's mostly settled into more of a control deck kind of thing, which is great, but not something I'm super interested in playing at this moment compared to playing something more of a consistent Rhinar deck, or, like I said, maybe even trying like Azalea or Katsu. Katsu would be fun to play. I like the Tiger cards. And Nick has definitely done a good job showing them off right now, so happy to see how well they're doing today. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having some fun in the chat too. I think the next round is probably this round is probably gonna end soon, so we'll finally be able to see our top 4 and see who gets to be on stream. I'm definitely gonna try and get James on with whoever his opponent is. Hopefully it's not Tom, just because we just saw Tom. Hopefully it's either Icelander or Oldham, whoever that matchup goes to. But I'd like to get James on stream to see some Dorinthia play today. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think's gonna take it home today? Kano, Dorinthia, Katsu, and then Oldham or Icelander. Out of those two, whoever wins that round now. Who do you think's going to win today? Tom's Kano is pretty on point. Like, the amount of times he gets to go from the, even like 20 to 0 kill turns has been pretty consistent as far as his testing goes, he says. And I don't think any of the other players have brought something like Oasis Respite or something to defend against it. Like, I believe everyone should in their sideboard these days. Kano is popular now, and even Icelander's popular. I think you always need to have Oasis Respite in your sideboard just to be ready for either of them in Classic Constructed these days. You can't just give them a free game by not having as much defense as you can bring against them. Because while some might say that it's more consistent or easier to kill them if you just have all your kill cards in the deck, or all of your regular cards in the deck to play against them, all they need is that one good turn, and it's just everything's taken away from you. Oasis Respite is like your best tool to side in to give you a chance to stop them on the turn they go all in for, and hopefully just go back to killing them the next turn, you know? Playing it out as best you can, or playing it slowly, and then waiting for them to, you know, crack the boots, crack whatever they're going to do to go ahead and try and kill you on the turn they think they can, and then just surprising them with Oasis Respite to live. But yeah, we'll see if any of them play it. I hope one of them does, at least, to give themselves a chance, but I think Tom's in a pretty good position to just take the whole tournament if he's given the opportunity to, without any defense. But we'll see soon. I'm gonna see if I can resist myself from buying more packs of Dynasty in the meantime. But if I do, I guess I'll have more to open before the next round starts. So we'll get started with finals soon, and we'll be right back. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Let's go back. Intermission. There we are. Alright, so the results of Evan and Chris's round. Evan took the match, so Oldham made it into the top 4. Unfortunately, it looks like all the players are choosing to split the top 4. This was the last week of our Armory kit for the Dagger and the, what is it called? Tiger... or Predatory Assault promos, or Predatory Streak promos. So that's going to be the end of this kit, which means next week we'll be starting on a brand new kit. But for the time being, it looks like all the players would rather just split than play it out right now. I guess it's the holiday weekend. A lot of people still got stuff to do or things they'd like to do before they have to go back to work on Monday. So I don't blame them, but a little disappointing that we won't have some more matches to commentate. I wonder, is anyone setting up to just play for fun? No, not right here. Just those ways Matt's still sitting there. I'll see if any of them want to play on stream, or play, just practice on the stream and just get some games out. But at least for our Armory, it looks like the Armory is done for today. So thank you all for joining us. Remember to use the code TEAMACG at the Haven game or thehaventabletop.com for 10% off your Fab singles. Don't forget to check them out on Monday. Monday is when they're going to have their Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals. So be sure to check out, again, that's thehaventabletop.com to see what deals they have going on Monday. Other than that, thanks for everyone for joining, and hope you have a good weekend. And don't take the going back to work too hard on Monday, but I know I'm going to try not to, at the very least. But we resisted the temptation to buy more product today, which I'll call a win, and I'm going to log off before I continue to feel the urge. So